Longtime participants in this tournament, and we've often had teams from Peterborough and their various leagues show up here as well. Had a very exciting game just finishing up over in the bubble. If you were catching that live stream, we missed the ending.
I wish that we could have people call in and tell us how it finished up.
Exactly.
It was a 3-point game. Looked like the last jam of the match starting up, and we had to fly over to the other rink here, the slippery side, Ted Reeve Arena.
This is the
Of course, this tournament's taking place in two separate arenas with two very different rink surfaces.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see a lot of leagues taken out of their comfort zones today, see how they'll adapt to the different surfaces.
It's great. This is a fresh meat tournament, so these are the freshest skaters, and they're getting an opportunity to hone their skills on two different floors, polished concrete here, and it's sport court, hard sport court over in the bubble at that.
Hard sport court. I like that.
This is the 5th year of the Fresh and the Furious since it was rebranded in 2011. The first ever version of this tournament was in 2008, the Virgin Suicides Brawl, it was called.
That's a pretty good handle.
Yeah.
The Virgin Suicides Brawl.
This has been a very important tournament since that time for introducing new leagues, new skaters in established leagues. That first year we saw Hammer City RollerGirls won at the Death Row Dames, won it that year, but the Slaughter Daughters made their debut in that tournament as well. And the Venus Flytramps from Tri-City Roller Derby also finished second in that tournament.
Wow.
So this has been a very important developmental tournament for leagues over the years. Our defending champions this year are back, the Cannondalls from Capital City. And interesting, I guess, change of events is that the Divas, Toronto Roller Derby, the only team that's finished in the top 3 all 4 versions of this tournament so far, had to merge with your league.
Indeed, the Kingston Derby Girls, they've got the Rogue Diva squad here at their tournament today. Is it a lack of fresh meat in the Diva department this year, or just a lot of the returning skaters? I'm not sure how that sort of went down.
Yeah, it was a lot of returning skaters and a lot of transfers from local leagues and just skaters with too much experience to play in the tournament.
And the Rogue Warriors in Kingston actually are experiencing a renaissance. At the beginning of the season this year, it was decided that Kingston was going to go to a 2-team system, a home team and a travel team,
right,
with the Rogues having been basically disbanded, but then they got enough skaters out and enough interested people that they were able to reform the Rogues. And they actually played their first game, I think 2 weeks ago. I didn't get the final score, but I got the impression that they were successful.
And will they continue as the fresh meat team for Kingston?
I believe so at this point. The schedulers in Kingston were looking at booking them a few games over the summer, so we're all very excited to see, obviously, the sport continuing to expand.
Yeah, that's great. And we're looking at, of course, the 705 Bombshells. And 705, going through an interesting experience right now, merging with Peterborough Roller Derby. There had been 2 separate leagues in Peterborough, so it's nice to see them come together. Just waiting to get underway here. We've got a single camera action in both the Bubble and Ted Reeve Arena all day until the teams around 7 p.m. tonight all come over here for the knockout rounds into Ted Reeve Arena, and we're going to give you a full boutcast at that point. Multi-camera.
Wow.
It'll be
all
a
the
big
bells and
production. All
whistles.
The bells and whistles.
Will there be bells and or whistles?
There will be bells and or whistles. We might have to supply the whistling ourselves.
Looks like the referees are just having their final consultations before we can get this game underway.
Throughout the day, we're going to try and thank our sponsors here at layer9.ca. We'll start by thanking Monster Muffin, Canadian-made clothing for on and off the track, from ready-to-wear to uniforms to custom-made. We've got you covered. www.monstermuffin.com. All right, looks like we're finally ready to get underway. And here it is, the opening jam of the first game here at Ted Reeve Arena, the 2015 Fresh and Furious. Durham Region's going to pick up the first lead jammer status. That's Shreddy Mercury with the star for the skaters in black. Both jammers through the pack. Finding Rabbit coming in to score, forcing Shreddy Mercury to call it off. 2 points on the board for the Dirty Farmers.
First jam complete.
The Dirty Farmers just all played their first game a few weeks ago against the Ganaraska Gravediggers. Good warm-up game before the Fresh and Furious tournament.
Once again, 7:05. Blockers lining up front. Dirty Farmers behind. Farmer Jammer working inside, outside. Up on her toe stops, can't hold the outside line.
And lead jammer status going to 7:05 Bombshell, so that's going to even things up. Looks like Dynamite.
I believe so.
Is your lead jammer, and jamming is Spinelli for the Farmers, having a hard time with a wall of pink at the back of that pack. She made a nice little juke to get through that wall, and she has completed her initial pass.
Trying to get in to score some points. Blocker's doing a lot of work for her up in the front of the pack.
And that's going to be 4 points on the board for Dynamite. 7:05 Bombshells getting right back into this one, but it's going to take us some time to get the score for you because our scoreboard is currently down here at Ted Reeve Arena.
Feels like 5-2.
Yeah, I think that's
feels like 5-2.
Feels like 5-2. It's got that 5-2 feel.
I like that.
Hopefully someone's keeping track so we can get that scoreboard updated.
There we go. Looks like they're at least in the preliminary stages of reparations there.
Second lead jammer status going to the Dirty Farmers.
Sugar, the captain of the Dirty Farmers.
She does not have a big lead, though, on the 7:05 jammer. Both coming into the pack to score a big hit. Knocks down
Shell Shock.
Nice game early on so far from number 180, Shreddy Mercury. Pivoting and jamming for the Dirty Farmers, and it's 4-2. Yeah, it's, pretty close to 5-2.
That is pretty close.
Felt like that. 4-2 feels about right. One each in the penalty box. 3-3 in the pack.
Whistles away.
And there it is, lead jammer status going to 7:05, so 2-2 in the lead department.
Finding Rabbit with the big strides, still barely ahead.
Terrorizer, yeah, catching her quickly.
Little jammer on jammer action. Announcers love that stuff.
Oh, number 68 picking up a forearm on that Terrorizer. It's being sent to the penalty box. First power jam of this game is going to go to the 7:05 Bombshells.
Finding Rabbit holds the jam, is waved on by her bench coaches. She's going to try to put some points on the board.
All four blockers, too, working this power jam. A nice trap, old school trap at the back of that pack.
Finding Rabbit steps inside two Farmer blockers. Puts another 5 spot up.
And Wicked Wench having no luck getting through the wall of Bombshell blockers. And that jam comes to its conclusion. A huge pickup for the Bombshells. 10-point power jam.
Scoreboard's showing 14-2, 7:05.
And that has been updated now, 18-2, so a 14-point jam on that power jam, blowing this game wide open. Penalty boxes are empty.
About 4 minutes gone so far in this game. 20-minute games all day long until do they get longer in the later rounds, Nerd?
Yes, the final, I believe, will be 2 20-minute halves.
Right.
And the third, we'll see how the day goes before we determine the length of the third place game.
Right.
But yeah, it's a Beast of the East style double elimination tournament, 20-minute games.
Dynamite and Shreddy Mercury skate to a stalemate on that one, neck and neck all the way through.
Shreddy Mercury had a huge game for the Dirty Farmers 2 weeks ago in Ajax, and a victory over the Ganaraska Gravediggers. One in the box now for the Farmers, 4-3 pack advantage for 7:05. 5 minutes in to this game. Cautious start. Spinelli looks for a lane on the outside. That gets closed up, and on the inside, sneaking through, it's going to be Shell Shock for lead jammer status for the Bombshells.
Spinelli not quitting. Putting some pepper on that front straightaway.
Both jammers hitting that pack, and that forces the call off. It looks like it's going to be nothing on the board. You know, there's a lot of fresh announcers here as well, and there are some fresh referees, but this is actually a really experienced referee crew we've got on the track right now.
Yeah, I see TikTok out there jam reffing, I assume.
Yep. Joe the Locksmith, Senor Wiener, Epic Phil. So a nice mix of fresh and experienced. Back on the way in the track now, Dirty Farmers trying to get back into this one. They have not scored since the opening jam of this game, but the captain, number 313, Sugar, is lead jammer. Finding Rabbit, trying to make up some ground. Pack moving slowly on the second straightaway.
Get Burned was just coming out of the penalty box. She has retaken the track just in time for the jam to get called off.
So there, the Farmers putting points on the board for the first time in about 6.5 minutes. 18-6. As we mentioned, the opening game in the bubble, though, we saw a massive comeback. So these fresh games can turn on a dime.
I think that deficit was up to almost 50 points at one point. Some helmet covers being exchanged. Some last-second bench coaching. Whistle goes.
And a quick, easy lead jammer status for Dynamite.
Smooth.
Nice work by the pack on that start. Now Spinelli trying to open up a lane for Terrorizer to get through. But Dynamite already around and scoring, and Dirty Farmers so focused on the offense they forgot the D.
I think that's something that we'll see probably more in the first few games today than the later ones, as these are fresh skaters. A lot of things to focus on in this ever complicated sport.
Yeah.
Seems simple, but it's not.
Simple in its concept.
Very difficult in its execution.
Skate and turn left. But it's the one interesting thing about this tournament, too, is you can literally see teams improve as the day goes on. For some skaters, this will be their first game ever.
Sure.
And there is a limit. So these are very inexperienced skaters.
Sugar out front. Dirty Farmers lead jam. Oh, looks like Shell Shock's taking a penalty, turned it into a power jam for the Farmers. See what kind of work Sugar can do here. Try to get her team back in this game.
Sugar did a nice job there of drawing the pack to the outside, slipped in, picked up 5 points. Farmers now within 15. 11 minutes to go. Durham region in the east end of Toronto.
Pounds through on the inside line. Great little piece of skating there by the captain.
Durham has been a league operating since 2010.
Just under 11 minutes to play. Sugar can't quite hold that inside line.
And Sugar now comes through on the inside, picks up 4 more points. That will pull Durham within 6. And Shell Shock threw an initial pass, and that's going to force a call off. But yeah, we've got ourselves a game with 10 minutes to go at the midway point. The winner of this game will move on here at Ted Reeve Arena, play at 1:40 against the Bloody Marys from Wellington Roller Derby. The loser will go on to play at 3:40.
And that'll be the Bloody Marys' first game of the tournament. So they get a bye through the first round. We'll see if that is a blessing or a curse.
Yeah.
There is something to be said for the warm-up game, I believe.
Absolutely. Especially in such quick games, it takes so long to get warmed up that we'll see if
Oh,
Bloody Marys...
what a move.
Shell Shock. No, sorry. Finding Rabbit.
Nice little duck under.
That can be a dangerous move because you cannot make contact with your head. But she made it work for her.
Absolutely undressed the Farmer blockers. Two in a nice bridge.
She's small in stature. She can get away with that. Spinelli, though, is through on her initial pass. and coming up fast to that pack and finding Rabbit just calls it off in time. Her bench was letting her know that it was time to call that off. So 7:05 now, inching ahead again, 30-20. And for a mixed team, they look very tight here early on.
Well coached.
Yeah. Coaches Hamish and Sass on the bench.
Sass actually skated with KDG.
Oh, okay.
Previously, I believe, was forced into at least semi-retirement because of a knee injury.
Yeah, I do see she is sitting on the bench as she's running the lines.
Yeah.
Lead jammer status going to number 180 in the black for the Dirty Farmers. That's Shreddy Mercury. Another lead jammer status picked up for her.
Dynamite having all kinds of problems with the Farmer defenders at the back of the pack. Can't keep her feet.
Sugar, though, the pivot for Dirty Farmers getting called on a low block, sent to the penalty box. 2 in the box for the Farmers. It's a big disadvantage in the pack. Make that 3. A third Dirty Farmer blocker now being sent to the box. She's going to have to check in and return to the track.
Oh, boy.
But Shreddy Mercury is shredding this pack.
Absolutely. No blockers, no problem.
Yeah. She'll make the offense on her own. 5 more points for the Farmers, and that ties this game up.
New game.
8 minutes to go.
I love it.
We might as well have just started now. Just could have ignored the first 13 minutes. Looks like 7:05 Bombshells looking to stretch this pack out at the start. They do have that 3-2 advantage.
But they rarely used pivot line.
Yeah.
It's almost an old-timey concept, the pivot line at this point.
Although I have noticed this year, it's being used more and more again.
The resurgence. Of the pivot line.
Yeah, we'd forgotten about you for so long.
Well, when they went to that single whistle mass start, I think the prevailing opinion was it was advantageous for the blockers to be as close to the jammers as possible at that first whistle. Now a lot more teams are sort of experimenting with giving a little space.
Especially when you see these pack disadvantages. Teams trying to take advantage of that. Looks like an official timeout has been called. Not being assigned to either team. Yeah, we are playing under Beast of the East rules, as we like to call it here in Eastern Canada. So each team gets 2 timeouts. 4 penalties will have you fouled out of the game. We saw a foul out in the opening game of the tournament. Tammy Tomahawk from South Simcoe was the first skater to pick up 4 penalties in a 20-minute game.
I'm still kind of thinking about how that game finished up.
It was 3 points when we left with 30 seconds to go. South Simcoe were leading.
I've never seen that surface before. I'm fascinated to watch some games over there this afternoon. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. And I thought Forest City might have an advantage because they do have Sport Court, but apparently their fresh meat team has yet to play on it. They haven't had the Sport Court up this season, so it's not to their advantage yet.
So it's as even a playing field as can be managed.
Yes.
You can see the crossover is really shortened up on that surface. Not a lot of glide there. You probably put some ankles in jeopardy if you tried to skate with too much abandon.
Yeah, I have a hard time thinking that any of these skaters would have had experience on Sport Court at this point in their careers. Much more common in the United States south of the border than we see up here in Canada. All right, it looks like we're just about to get underway, but before we do, take this opportunity to thank another one of our sponsors, 1234 Skate Company, skater owned and operated by Lucid Lou, who formerly of Peterborough Roller Derby. Lucid Lou can hook you up with all your derby needs. She can also outfit you for the after party. Go to www.1234skateco.com. All right, back underway here. Opening game of the Ted Reeve Arena.
Shell Shock takes a big hit in the chest to the outside.
And that allowed Terrorizer to get through to pick up lead jammer status for the Dirty Farmers. Shreddy Mercury with another hit on Shell Shock.
Shreddy Mercury looked a little confused there. I thought she might have taken a penalty.
But every other Durham blocker had. No, the penalty box is now emptying out, so it's 3 in the pack for the Farmers. Stitches, though, heading to the penalty box after she had checked in last jam. Shell Shock threw in her initial pass. Call off from Dirty Farmers as they've taken their first lead of the game with 6.5 to go. Ooh, Sugar back to the penalty box. She's going to have to watch it. That's at least 2, if not 3 trips to the box already.
One more and she'll be third penalty, wave back on the track. Had to go and check in.
So, flipping up their pivots. Spinelli on the jam line for the Dirty Farmers.
Sugar, the pivot, the lone. Oh, I thought she was alone there. 2 blockers.
Ooh, and it looks like Sugar has picked up another penalty, her second on this jam. A high block on that one. Finding Rabbit calls it off as Spinelli passes her on the straightaway.
Finding Rabbit's going to want to keep her eye on her elbows. Pretty wild arm skating style.
Again, trying to sneak under the blockers, too. Timeout called by Durham Region. Up by 8, but running into some serious penalty troubles here. Including Sugar sitting on 3, their captain and pivot. One interesting thing to note this season is we've got 3 teams from Quebec here, which is absolutely wonderful. Montreal made their debut at this tournament in 2012 with their Smash Squad, but since then, in 2013 and 14, they'd sent a provincial team, Les Bouches, which had members from Sherbrooke Roller Derby and primarily, though, from Roller Derby Quebec and Montreal. This year, though, they've decided to go it alone. So Quebec has sent a team, Sherbrooke has sent a team with a few skaters from Trois-Rivières, and the Montreal Smash Squad returns for the first time since 2012.
Yeah, that's exciting. 2 provinces, 1 state.
Yep. That's right. Queen City RollerGirls back again. Long-time participants of the Fresh and the Furious. And really long-time, they're almost honorary Canadians, those skaters from Buffalo. They've been playing up here since 2007. I think the first time Buffalo came north of the border to play roller derby. So they have a long history here. All right, we've got 5 minutes to go. Farmers have quietly taken the lead. And they've been on quite a run.
Went scoreless for probably upwards of 7 minutes earlier in the game.
And now it looks like they've held the bombshell scoreless for about 7 minutes. Oh, and a big hit from Sugar.
Big hits all over the track. I Teach cruising back, forcing Terrorizer to cycle.
Yeah, nice job from I Teach the pivot. Working well with those 4 blockers, and that's going to send... Yes, Terrorizer heading to the penalty box on a back block. But we had Dynamite already going to the box on a forearm, so this is going to be a quick flip out for the jammers, and we will get this jam back underway. Killing the clock, this to the advantage of the Dirty Farmers, but there's going to be no lead jammer now for this jam. There's 1:20 to go.
The parade to the penalty box continues. We were talking earlier about discipline being a key factor here in this tournament, especially with rookie skaters. Just trying to hold on to their arms. Got an injured skater down on the track.
She is indicating that she's all right. Maybe just took a big hit. Yeah, looks like she just got winded on that one. Yeah, we were talking about that, about how it doesn't take much really to knock some of these newer skaters down. So jammers, especially when they're approaching the pack, have to watch their speed. You have to keep your forearms really tight to your body as well. But it's good.
And always try to fall in the direction of play.
Yes, exactly.
Another key factor.
So the paramedics are talking with Dynamite, but she was immediately up and trying to catch her breath, so hopefully nothing more than just a pop to the soloplex. All right, Neon Skates is a roller derby and recreational skate store. Patin Neon est un magasin de patins quad spécialisé dans le derby et le patin récréatif. And they are here at the venue, or you can visit them online at skateneon.com. Did you like my French there?
That was really good. I was thinking you're the rock voisine of roller derby.
I do have East Coast roots.
Also, the Brazier Boutique is in the house. Better options at reasonable cost, and they help with sizing. www.brazierboutique.ca.
It's another new thing to the Fresh and Furious this year is we are having bilingual calls today for our games. Most of the games representing the teams from Quebec.
Super cool.
Sass, a former skater at this tournament. She was part of the 2012 Smash Squad winning team. She's back now as an announcer.
Dynamite, the injured skater, was back on her feet and has returned to the bench.
She gave a big thumbs up.
Always good to see.
So the Farmers now looking to lock things down. They've got Shreddy Mercury on the line. And maybe Little Thumper getting the star for the 705 Bombshells for the first time in this game.
Always interesting to see how teams manage their jammer rotations in these tournament situations. Because a lot of teams will tend to run with 2 or 3 over the course of a game, but when you're playing possibly 4 or 6 games in a day, you need to sort of stretch that out a little bit, make sure everybody's got gas at the end.
Even these 20-minute games can take a lot out of you.
Absolutely. Sometimes more so because there isn't your team doesn't have a second half to sort of try to catch up.
Yeah.
So you're really leaving it all out there. Great smooth jam by Shreddy Mercury there. Picks up, I think, 4 points. Calls it off. Farmers quietly extending that lead.
Yeah. 4 minutes to go.
The waning minutes of this first game over here at Track 1 at Ted Reeve Arena. Fresh and the Furious 2015.
It's going to be a long day of Derby. We're going to bring it to you all live here at layer9.ca. We will be heavily caffeinated by the end of this.
Absolutely. The schedule is pretty dense. I'm going to drink all the water today. Really excited about that.
Spinelli carefully working her way through the pack to pick up lead jammer status for the Dirty Farmers. Saborg now jamming for 705 Bombshells, another new jammer. You know, at this point in their careers, too, a lot of these skaters probably haven't figured out what position they want to play yet.
True.
But Durham has actually been keeping a pretty tight jammer rotation so far this game. Spinelli and Mercury getting a lot of jams with the star.
705 also as an amalgamated team probably has some players that were jamming with their former leagues, and that's as they've come together, they've found themselves rich with jammers. Advantageous to sort of keep them in rotation, see who hashes out their most productive.
Wow, Mercury going back to back. Speaking of keeping things in the tank, going all out.
The double shift. Grab a banana.
Oh, and she's going to head right to the penalty box. Power jam opportunity now for Finding Rabbit and the 705 Bombshells. Sugar and Rabbit getting tangled up there at the back of the pack. Finding Rabbit, almost an awkward gait, but she manages to make it work and get through these packs. Big opportunity here for the Bombshells to get back in this one, down 15, 2 minutes to go.
Finding Rabbit trying to make herself small again, trying to scooch through the tiniest of little holes. The blockers holding back, trying to force the pack to reform.
Destruction call on the Farmers. Send one blocker to the pack. And another one heading to the box as well. Terrorizer also going to the penalty box. Shreddy Mercury, though, quickly out of the box, makes quick work of the pack through in her initial pass.
Furious through turns 1, 2, 3. Kind of cruises through turn 4 there, just as the jam gets called off.
Nice defense on the penalty kill. Only 5 points given up on the power jam.
10-point game. A minute and a half to go.
And timeout being called by the Bombshells. They want to make sure that they give their skaters every opportunity to make this comeback with 90 seconds to go. So good move to kill the clock. All right, coming up next on this track, and it will be streamed live, of course, will be the Smash Squad, the Montreal Roller Derby's Fresh Me team against the Cannon Dolls from Capital City Derby Dolls, defending champions. Smash Squad champions in 2012.
And what's going on in the bubble next?
And over in the bubble next, we have Roller Derby. That's right now. Roller Derby Quebec and the Queen's Court are playing currently in the bubble. And coming up at 12:20, the Rogue Divas.
Right.
Against the Forest City Thicket.
Forest City Thicket.
That's a great name.
That is. Love a thicket.
Not quite a forest yet.
Although I think personally my favorite team name in this tournament is the Viande Froide et Charcuterie. The cold meat and delicious cheese and accoutrements.
The Roller Derby Quebec.
Trying to keep us on our toes.
Yeah. All right, 4-2 pack advantage for the 705 Bombshells. They are starting once again at that pivot line. Spinelli out there against iTeach. iTeach gets knocked to the inside. That allows Spinelli to get through and pick up lead jammer status. An important one here for the Farmers.
Crucial for clock management purposes.
And the bench being run by Jam Solo and Cal Hell, the Dirty Farmers bench. Spinelli threw easily on the inside, calls it off.
Surprised she called that off.
Could have let it run.
In a position where if she'd let that clock run for that extra 50 seconds and just stayed ahead of the 705 jammer.
Yeah, traded points.
11-point game now.
2 more Farmers heading to the penalty box, so there will be a big pack advantage for 705 to start things off.
This is what they call an opportunity.
Yes. And maybe their last one with under 30 seconds to go.
Huge hit from the inside. Dynamite getting the requisite lead jammer status. With 11 points to make up. Couldn't do it without the lead.
The period clock almost done. Let's see how the Bombshells handle this. Oh, and they called it off. And do the Bombshells... Oh, they're not going to call a timeout. They're going to let the game go.
That's a strange
finish. Yeah, it was a little bit of an anticlimactic finish to that one.
Just sort of gave it up. Leaves at least a minute on the jam clock.
That is an unofficial final, 53-42. And there it is. It has now been called. So the Dirty Farmers picking up their first win. Don't worry, fans of the 705 Bombshells. Your day is not over. I did make a little bit of a mistake. The Bombshells now moving on to 5 p.m. 5 p.m. game here at Ted Reeve Arena. And next up for the Dirty Farmers will be a 140 showdown against the Bloody Marys.
So thanks a lot for joining us on layer9.ca. Stick around, lots more Derby to come. My name is Dr. Sneaks.
And I'm the Derby Nerd.
See you in a bit. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, that's exactly how I thought that would be. That's really nice.
Yeah. It's pretty relaxing.
Not just hollering off into the abyss.
Yeah. Back down.
Good. I know.
Early on.
All right, well, I gotta get over there.
Yeah, all right. Have a good time.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hello.
ready?
Oof, Quebec City just won
Oh, did they?
big time,
What was the
100 and something to 10. No, well, Quebec is too strong. They're really, really strong. Some of their rookies are on their travel team and they take the skids.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're that strong.
I knew they played skids.
Yeah, their main jammer played the skids.
Warm up.
Yeah. And the Montreal gave me this. If you want to say stuff about their players. Oh la la. Okay.
They're already drafted.
Yeah. Yeah, they already played games during the season. Yeah, the first draft was in November, I think.
So where are you skating?
Plattsburgh, I'm independent. I took a year off Montreal to finish school. So I ended up playing for Plattsburgh Romfordville,
Okay.
Cornwall Power Dames, and Les Bûches. Yeah.
So that's still the Bruce.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, I need the water. Water.
Oh, water.
Yeah.
You want me to get you some? Like, just want a bottle?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go and get the water. Well, I'm just like randomly using somebody the overlay.
How was it? How'd it go? Freshman?
Yeah, we're working on it.
You working on it? I just got the play. I'm pretty sure that something with some electrical, some implementations are done.
Yeah, that's it.
Is some are done?
I think vending machines like
And then I ran out of breath at the end. You can guess what it's done.
Oh, yeah.
So I still have military stuff.
Oh, really?
So I've got who am I next? I've got you, and 220 with Todd.
You know how the schedule works. You got 10 minutes in between games.
Yeah. The Quebec game.
Tentatively, for the later rounds, round 3. I actually had myself on a game, a host game. That'll be the first one I announce. Round 4. That's when we get a chance to choose the. Okay, so the finals, round 5 and round 6. I had you and I for the 8-20 game, and I had you and Erin on stream for the final. Okay? Or potentially, we'll see how it goes. What teams are there. So that's why I didn't want to post it yet, because I'm not sure.
I looked at it and I was like, 123, and then it was like, so much.
Although, we have some Los Angeles, they have an ambulance here, and because it's getting named like ambulance insurance. Right, I'll do that. Yes. So, we're good for one. So, we have that. This year, we're going to at least one person in there. So good. So much better. I was talking to the yeah, because that's sort of covered. For the cottage country, probably. RollerGirls is a cottage country. Lakeshore got closed just as they were coming up to it. Yeah, they were not happy. So they really found announcements to get out of there and get
It's not that cold.
Merci.
Sorry.
I don't like it cold, it hurts my teeth. Teeth? Teeth, yeah. Teeth. They die.
Yeah.
Big time. I was thinking, like, right as you left, I was like,
You want some water too?
I would enjoy it.
Sorry?
I said I would enjoy water.
How much was that? It was $2.
She gave me a
It's not that
toonie.
cold though.
She gave me a toonie, I just put it here. There.
watch the scores. I was saying that when I came in, it was 26-6 in favor of bombshells. It actually should have been 16-16. There was a 10-point power jam, I guess, in the scoreboard issues, and there was a 10-point power jam given to the bombshells, which should have gone to Durham. They ended up winning, so she didn't really fight it. So, but yeah.
I didn't notice that.
So what's your name?
Sausage. Sausage.
Oh, okay.
Et toi?
Tiny Bubbles.
What
Tiny
team is
Rich
it?
too.
Okay.
It's not this team. I think it's the Quebec team. Their team has the best names.
Viande froide et charcuterie.
But no, the skater names. Is that the
Oh.
one that's got Cunts and Roses?
Yeah, Diva Cup, Guns N' Roses.
Diva Cup,
Pure
yeah.
Media.
Yeah,
That's
and there's
my
one more.
girlfriend.
There's one more. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Chlamydia? And there's one more. There's one more that's good. There's 4 of them on that team that it was just like, oh my god, these guys have the best names.
Dildo.
Dildo Bombas, yeah. It's so good. They literally, hey, what's up?
Alright, I'll be back.
I tried to translate that stuff on the spot. It didn't work so well.
Oh no.
No.
The neon skates one was pretty, like, it's all messed up. Because it's half and half, but it's not really a good half and half.
I know, I read it earlier.
I did read the neon skates one.
Neon skates!
Okay, so tentatively,
I read
just
this
say
one.
you're out. This is what I've got for the finals. I've got you and Pink on the third place. Or you and Sass depending on who the teams are. Okay, sure. So if it's a French team, I'd like to... Are you okay with that? I I was like, depending on who's in the finals, if there's a French team in it, I'll switch out Reeve and Ross,
Okay.
like depending. So
I'll try not to deceive you.
maybe then there's only one. But I made up for it because I got Ross on stream second round. I think I've only got myself scheduled in like 4 games the whole day. Nobody got time for that. Cheers.
Left.
How's it going? How do you like the camera? Sorry?
Welcome back, everyone, to Ted Reeve Arena in the 2015 Fresh and the Furious. I am the Derby Nerd here with Sass. What a treat. And we are watching the Capital City Derby Dolls, the defending champions of the Fresh and the Furious, against the 2012 champions, Montreal's Smash Squad in the orange.
Et nous avons Tiny Fury du Smash Squad qui est prise derrière le pack. La jammeuse adverse prend le lead.
The Cannondalls do have first lead jammer status. We are proud to bring you a bilingual stream here on layer9.ca. And that is number 78 Fawcett in the pack and scoring points right now for the Cannondalls.
Et Fawcett arrête le jam, mais Tiny Fury se prend quand même 2 points pour Montréal. Montréal était les championnes de Fresh and the Furious en 2012 et les Cannondalls étaient les championnes l'année dernière.
They had a pretty good jammer in that 2012 team. Susses, I think is her name.
Yeah, it's a great honor to announce with you.
Nice to have you here. So nice tight start, 4-2, 2 points stolen from the Smash Squad, or by the Smash Squad, I should say. If you're just tuning in, these are 20-minute games. This is Beast of the East style double elimination. And jamming now for the Dolls is Van Melsing.
Et nous avons French Cancan pour le Smash Squad. Aucune jammeuse n'est sortie. Non, c'est Canut. Prend le lead pour le Smash Squad. Elle est première jammeuse.
Van Melsing is finished her first pass. Canut coming around to score. Big collision at the back of that pack. And it looks like the Cannondalls are going to steal a few points this time. Nice tight start between these two teams, 2 minutes in.
Elle a arrêté le jam quelques secondes trop tard. L'autre équipe a réussi à prendre des points. Et dans des parties de 20 minutes, tous les points comptent.
Yeah, and we've already seen some big momentum swings and big score changes so far in this game, or in this tournament.
C'est maintenant 6-5 pour les Cannondalls.
4-3 pack advantage for the Smash Squad.
Tiny Fury prend et la première jammeuse.
And jamming for the Capital City Derby Dolls, just getting through is number 76, Pure Evil.
Et voilà Tiny Fury qui dépasse le pack, prend ses points et arrête le jam.
And Sass, you mentioned these skaters have already been drafted, a lot of them, to Montreal teams.
Oui, on a des joueuses qui sont dans les Contrabanditas, les Filles du Roi et la Racaille. À Montréal, on a 3 pics par année. Et la majorité des filles a déjà été prise dans une équipe.
4-3 pack advantage remains for the Smash Squad. 9-6, 3 minutes into this 20-minute game.
Et c'est Canut pour le Smash Squad. Et elle prend le lead. À Montréal, elle joue aussi pour les Filles du Roi.
And nice defense here from the Smash Squad, holding back Fawcett. She's now through.
Nous avons la capitaine des Cannondalls qui a fait une belle offense et qui a réussi à faire sortir sa jammeuse.
Quick 4 points, though, for the Smash Squad, extending their lead.
Ah,
Oh, and it looks like it's going to be a back block called to Fawcett. It's going to be a power jam opportunity on this next jam for the Smash Squad, looking to extend their lead.
Je me demandais pourquoi Canute n'arrêtait pas le jam. Finalement, elle a bien fait d'attendre car la jammeuse adverse s'est prise un backblock. Elle a fait un coup dans le dos. Traduction libre.
On the bench for the Cannondals, it's Delicate Plower and Kaio Kensei. Kaio Kensei, one of the stars of last year's Fresh and Furious tournament. Looks like Dark Knight.
Dark Knight qui jamme pour le Smash Squad.
Nice.
Et
Oh, nice footwork.
c'est passé de très près à un pied sur le bord de la ligne, mais elle est sortie.
And Onion Rain with the big hit trying to force her out. Smash Squad going to let Dark Knight take this alone.
Elle passe en plein milieu du pack. Nous avons What the Yell qui est envoyée au banc des pénalités. Elle n'a pas reformé le pack assez rapidement.
Penalty going to Smash Squad blocker, so that will put them at 1 down on this power jam that has also ended. Fawcett back on the track. More nice footwork from the Dark Knight.
Fawcett est sortie du banc des pénalités. Elle essaie de compléter son passage initial. Dark Knight continue de mettre des points au pointage pour le Smash Squad.
12-point lead now, 5 minutes in. Dark Knight skates for the Contrabanditas. And calls it off. 1 point stolen at the very end for Fawcett, but big advantage now for the Smash Squad after that power jam.
On a une belle variété de jammers sur le Smash Squad. On a Dark Knight qui pousse et qui traverse les murs. On a aussi des jammers plus petites et super agiles.
3 teams from the province of Quebec represented this year at the Fresh and the Furious. The first time we've seen that. Very exciting development for roller derby in that province.
Oui, et je suis très fière de représenter la francophonie. Et c'est Matraque qui est la première jammeuse.
And through on her initial pass, it's Van Melsing once again for the Cannondals.
Matraque sort du pack, prend ses points et arrête le jam. Elle semble très contente d'elle-même d'ailleurs.
Wow, Smash Squad looking strong here early on. Roller derby Quebec also looking strong in this tournament. They opened up with a big win over Queen's Court, 124-10 over in the bubble.
Le score est maintenant de 28-7 pour le Smash Squad de Montréal.
6 minutes in. Penalty box is empty. 5-on-5. Little Fury once again jamming for the Smash Squad, and quick feet on the inside.
Wow.
She is going to be tough to contain. And Pure Evil being sent to the penalty box on a forearm. I believe it's going to be another power jam opportunity for the Smash Squad.
C'est un super jam pour Tiny Fury qui arrête le jam. Je ne sais pas si elle était au courant qu'elle était en super jam.
Yeah. Just realizing now.
C'est pas grave, la jammeuse venait seulement de s'asseoir. On va commencer à 9 en super jam.
So power start opportunity. Is it a super start?
Un super départ. Et nous avons Canute pour le Smash Squad. Seule jammeuse sur la piste.
Very strong jammer rotation.
Elle s'élance vers l'extérieur et c'est parti, elle a le lead.
Beast throwing herself at the jammer. Just missed on the hit. Nice defensive position here for the Cannondals, though, at the front of that pack.
Le Smash Squad laisse Canute. Matraque lui a ouvert une belle petite porte à l'intérieur et qu'elle a prise.
Very well done. Simple little sweep on the inside. Pure Evil back on the track. Power jam is over.
Et Leicester la garde. Elle surveille bien sa ligne intérieure.
Beast sent to the penalty box on a direction of gameplay penalty.
Et la jammeuse numéro 76, Pure Evil, a complété son passage initial, mais Canute arrête le jam avant qu'elle ne puisse marquer des points.
30 points is the difference, only 8 minutes in. And 20-minute games, each team has 2 timeouts and 1 official review. 4 penalties will have you fouled out.
Oui, parce que c'est des parties de seulement 20 minutes. Après 4 pénalités, vous êtes éjecté de la partie.
On the bench for the Smash Squad is Misfit Melissa and La Grande Noisseur, who was a star in last year's Fresh and Furious tournament
Et
for
qui
les
joue
Bouches.
maintenant pour 2 autres équipes, pour les Filles du Roi et les Sexpos à Montréal. Tiny Fury prend le lead jam par l'extérieur. What the Yell sort la jammeuse à l'extérieur. Très belle défensive de Montréal.
Yeah, very strong defense from the pack. The Smash Squad pack holding back Van Melsing, who's now through and getting called on a track cut. Another power jam opportunity for the Smash Squad.
Ça va faire mal. Ah, Tiny Fury est en super jam, mais elle l'a compris. Elle continue.
Yes. No, won't make that mistake again. So, Cannondale's looking strong, but they cannot keep their jammers on the track, and the power jams are just killing them right now. 5 more points on the board for Montreal. Pax stopped at turn number 4. Tiny Fury with a nice, easy pass for
Et
5 points.
très calmement, arrête ce jam.
We're nearing the midway point.
46-7 pour le Smash Squad sur les Cannondales.
We did see a near 40-point comeback in the bubble earlier today when the Neophytes came back to defeat the South Simcoe Rebel Rollers.
Oh yeah, that was an exciting one.
A very nice way to kick off the tournament.
Nous avons I'm a Pyro, Matraque, Lisaster comme bloqueuse pour le Smash Squad. Et Canute qui prend le lead. Suivi de très près par le numéro 76 Pure Evil des Cannondales.
Cannondale's trying to move to the front of the pack. Cold Warren, though, trapped behind Matraque. And 4 more points for Montreal in clear control here. You're watching the 2015 Fresh and the Furious. Thank you for tuning in live on layer9.ca. We're going to be bringing you the action all day. And we would like to thank Rumbling Rage Derby Shop, partnered with Bont this year. If you are going to make your way down to Ted Reeve Arena, you can stop by, see them here, or you can go to www.rumblingragederbyshop.com.
Et c'est Dark Knight qui s'élance pour le Smash Squad. Elle réussit à pousser à travers le mur des Cannondales et elle est première jammeuse.
Van Melsing jamming for the Dolls. Such tough defense from the Smash Squad, though. Melsing finally able to work her way through in the inside, but Dark Knight already around and scoring. Dark Knight forced to reset, does so quickly, picks up 3 on a no pass, no point.
Dark Knight a attendu un peu trop avant d'arrêter le jam. Je crois que Van Melsing a réussi à se prendre quelques points en se faisant envoyer à la boîte des pénalités.
Looks like a misconduct, perhaps contact after the whistle, but it's going to be yet another power jam, a super départ.
Un super départ pour le Smash Squad de Montréal. Dans les parties de 20 minutes, chaque pénalité compte et fait très mal. Matraque s'élance pour le Smash Squad. Les bloqueuses du Smash Squad essaient de lui faire de l'offense.
Both blockers went down from Capital City.
Et Matraque a bien pris le temps de regarder qu'elles étaient hors jeu pour pouvoir passer devant elles sans couper la piste.
Cannondale's now trying to lock things down.
Le Smash Squad a ralenti juste assez pour créer un no-pack qui a réussi à faire laisser passer Matraque à travers le mur des Cannondales qui ne pouvaient plus la toucher.
Van Melsing back on the track, forcing Matraque out of bounds and gets through on her initial pass. The Dolls did manage their first 3 points in about 7 or 8 minutes on that last jam, so they're back on the board now, but still 58 points is the deficit.
Si vous nous suivez sur les médias sociaux aussi, vous pouvez hashtag FNF 2015, hashtag Fresh and the Furious, share the Derby love. Partagez l'amour du Derby.
All right, 7.5 minutes to go.
Personne dans la boîte de pénalité.
Oh, and Tiny Fury heading to the penalty box. First power jam opportunity of this game for the Dolls. Let's see if they can make it work and get back in this one. Beast, number 28, jamming for the skaters in green. She's having a hard time right now as the penalty kill is locked down by the Smash Squad.
Gorgonzola tient bien la jammeuse adverse qui vient de retirer son chapeau de jammeuse pour faire un star pass. Elle abandonne l'idée.
There was a star stash, it looks like.
Confusion sur la piste.
Yeah. Beast getting a no pass, no penalty. She's not lead jammer, so we're going to have a full 2-minute jam.
Tiny Fury est de retour sur le jeu à toute vitesse. Et elle est sortie du pack.
Very quickly through. 5 points for the Dolls on the board. Finally getting some points on this power jam. Just as it comes to an end. Oh, Tiny Fury runs into Dark Knight. Takes a fall quickly back up and through.
Oh, et nous avons Beast qui a sauté l'apex.
Beast tried to call it off. She did not get lead jammer status though.
Elle a essayé d'arrêter le jam, mais elle n'était pas première jammeuse car elle n'avait pas l'étoile sur la tête au moment de son passage.
Oh, and gets knocked to the inside. Gunfu with the big hit.
Gunfu qui était dans les juniors l'année dernière à Montréal. Elle a gradué dans la ligne adulte.
Yeah, one of a few junior graduates at the tournament this year. We had 4 last year. And of course, we just completed the Junior Roller Derby World Cup, the first one ever happening in Kent.
Non, sans
Washington.
misère, la jammeuse des Cannondales sort du pack. Elle essaie encore d'arrêter le jam sans avoir le lead.
Looks like an official review is being called by the Smash Squad.
Le score est de 92 à 23.
Wow. 69 points is the difference. 4.5 minutes to go.
4 minutes 30 à jouer.
Opportunity to tell you about another one of our vendors, Happy Peddler. Unique handcrafted items made from new and recycled materials. You can find them on Facebook, or again, you can head on down here to Ted Reeve Arena and visit them in person. Coming up next on this track, Sass and I will stick around to call Les Rebelles debutantes from Sherbrooke Roller Derby, and they'll be taking on the actual Derby debutantes, the hosts of the Fresh and the Furious from the GTA RollerGirls here in the East End of Toronto. Over on the bubble right now, the Rogue Divas are playing the Thickets. That is on track 2, also being live streamed. So, Sis, what do you think this official review is about? Perhaps,
Je me le demande.
perhaps the penalty call on Tiny Fury. The captain of the Dolls trying to get the crowd revved up.
Ça danse au centre de la piste. On n'a aucune idée de ce qui se passe.
Misfortune Cookie. As I mentioned, Capital City won it all last year. Smash Squad winners in 2012. The Quebec teams have done very well throughout this tournament's history. Les Bouches won in 2013. They were runners-up last year.
Et j'ai très hâte de voir les Rebelles de Sherbrooke aussi, tout de suite après ce match. Ça va être leur première apparition. Ça fait seulement 1 an que la Ligue existe. On a très hâte de les voir. 3e équipe du Québec dans ce tournoi.
It's really nice to see Roller Derby finally moving out of Montreal and Quebec City in the province. Seemed to be a long time coming, considering how popular and successful the league was in Montreal.
Il y a plusieurs petites ligues aussi au travers le Québec, mais qui n'ont malheureusement pas assez de joueuses pour pouvoir venir jouer au Fresh. Mais dans quelques années, ça ne m'étonnerait pas qu'il y ait autant d'équipes du Québec que de l'Ontario.
Great opportunity for development. So it looks like the review is complete. And we are going to get back into action. Nothing really changed, so we're going to assume that the review is not successful, and they have actually been stripped of their review. All right, 5-on-5 roller derby. Pure Evil jamming for Capital City. Canut for the Smash Squad.
Et Lisaster qui bloque la jammeuse, elle ne la laisse pas passer à l'intérieur. Matraque la garde à l'extérieur.
Oh!
Et Pure Evil finit par sortir. Elle est la première jammeuse.
And a forearm penalty to Canut will give Capital City back-to-back power jams.
Revirement de situation, mesdames et messieurs, l'attention est à son comble.
Under 4 to go, though. Might
Oh,
not have
et
time.
Matraque qui sort la jammeuse, mais elle sort elle aussi à son tour.
Montreal skaters looking very strong. They were drafted onto their home team, so they have been training with those Montreal home teams. I have a feeling, though, this will not be the last we see of this Capital City team, as they look very strong as well.
La défensive de Montréal n'a pas réussi à arrêter Pure Evil qui s'est faufilé, suivi de près par Canut qui est revenu du banc des pénalités et qui passe par l'extérieur. Les deux jammers sont de retour sur la piste.
Pure Evil now trying to push through on one more pass, calls it off just in time. Able to get 2 more points on the board. A big 12-point jam for the Cannondalls. Just past the 3-minute mark. The winner of this game will go on to play at 3 p.m. here at Ted Reeve Arena. The loser will play at 3:40. We're a little bit behind schedule, just about 10 minutes or so. We hope to make that up as the day goes on.
Oh, What the Yell qui jam pour le Smash Squad pour la première fois aujourd'hui.
But a lead jammer status is going to Van Melsing.
What the Yell est aussi sorti du peloton. Et Booby Puncher, Gunfu réussit à sortir Van Melsing.
Oh, and Van Melsing is heading to the penalty box on a forearm call, so power jam opportunity. And 5 points already for What the Yell.
What the Yell a l'air très content d'avoir un super jam. Et elle...
And it looks like What the Yell being called now on a back
Yep.
block.
Elle a essayé de pousser au milieu, au centre du pack. Les joueurs sont tombés. Elle est envoyée à la boîte.
So Capital City now will have a very brief power jam of about 15 seconds. Full 2-minute jam underway. There's under 2 minutes to go in this game. Actually, about 90 seconds remaining. We may have time for one more jam after this one. We'll see how it all plays out.
What the Yell est de retour sur la piste. Les deux jammers sont prises derrière le mur adverse. Van Melsing est sorti de piste à l'extérieur. Et tout le monde tombe.
And everyone on the track, that left a big wide open lane for Van Melsing, and she took it 5 points for the Dolls. And Gorgonzola heading to the penalty box.
Ouf!
Ooh, What the Yell taken out hard.
Fawcett a frappé What the Yell alors qu'elle était encore par terre. Elle est donc envoyée en boîte de pénalité.
Van Melsing, nice job to stay in bounds as she worked the outside lane. Now takes a big hit from Gunfu. Stays up through. 5 more points for the Dolls. And we will have time for one more jam in this one as the Smash Squad passes the century mark, 101-50. Timeout being called for the Dolls just in case. They wanted to make sure that they had enough time to get that final jam in.
Les Cannondalls, championnes de l'an dernier, ont demandé un temps mort. Le score est maintenant de 101-50. Il reste seulement qu'un jam à cette partie.
Now, speaking of experience on this Smash Squad team, Matrek has been added to the Sexpos.
Oui, c'est une nouvelle recrue dans la racaille ainsi que sur les Sexpos.
That is impressive for a rookie skater making it all the way to the Sexpos. And we have a couple of graduates, Booby Puncher and Gunfu, both graduates you mentioned earlier as well.
Et la coach Misfits, Melissa, a un transfert de Thunder Bay,
Oh.
où elle jouait pour les Babes of Thunder.
Oh, she was known there as the Millennium Falcon.
Elle a changé de nom, on ne sait pas pourquoi. C'est très mystérieux tout ça.
All right, so here we are. 20 seconds ago, this will be our final jam of this game, the opening game of the 2015 Fresh and Furious for both of these teams. They both look very strong, although the Smash Squad clearly in control.
Le Smash Squad veut partir ce jam à la ligne de pivot.
Trying to spread things out here. No pack right off of the start. Forces the dolls to reset. Which they didn't do, and they're being penalized for that.
Les deux jammers se sont fait sortir de la piste et recycler à l'arrière du pack, et c'est Canute qui prend le lead par l'extérieur.
So Montreal now in control. Onion Rain jamming for the dolls. She's being sent to the penalty box. Another forearm call. And Canute takes a look. This is hers to control.
Et wow, Canute, belle feinte à l'intérieur. Elle se faufile.
The bench indicating they want her to keep going.
Et encore une fois à l'intérieur.
Interesting decision with a long day ahead of them to keep this jam going. They've got the victory.
Je crois qu'ils veulent créer le plus grand différentiel de points possible. C'est Canute qui repasse par l'extérieur cette fois-ci.
And they're going to keep going.
La jammeuse adverse est de retour sur la piste pour les Cannondalls.
So the Cannondalls not done, though. This is a double elimination in the first round, so they will have one more opportunity to make it through.
C'est un back block.
Yeah, Matrak hit hard. Pure Evil with a big hit on Canute, but Canute recovers quickly, gets through. 30 seconds to go in this jam. 5 more points on the board for the Smash Squad.
Et elle est de nouveau seule sur la piste. L'autre jammeuse est au banc des pénalités, mais elle décide quand même d'arrêter le jam. C'est une victoire du Smash Squad sur les Cannondalls.
And a big one at that. 71 points was the difference. Smash Squad with the second highest point total of the day so far. And Roller Derby Quebec still with the 124 is the top number. So as we mentioned now, moving on, the Smash Squad will have an opportunity to advance directly to the quarterfinals. They will be playing at 3 p.m. right here at Ted Reeve Arena. But the Cannondalls not done yet. They have another opportunity to get through, and they'll be playing at 3:40 in a must-win game.
Le score officiel est de 121 à 50 pour le Smash Squad contre les Cannondalls.
So that's it. It is a final here. I'm the Derby Nerd.
Et je suis Saucisse.
And we'll be back for the next game coming up shortly. 1 p.m. Might be a little bit later than that. Tune in maybe around 1:05. Les Rebelles versus the Derby Debutantes coming up here at the 2015 Fresh and the Furious.
I had a few custom ones before, but like, I don't know. Like, it's good?
Woo!
Like,
Thank you.
yeah, it's good. So like, I practiced you, and I'm like...
I'm more nervous than when I played. Oh my god.
You're like...
Okay, what's happening? Yeah, les deux couldn't come back because some of the players are from Les Rebelles, from Roller Derby Quebec, and from the Smash Squad. So.
I think it's great. I think it's better for the leagues.
Yeah.
Pretty good, actually. Hey, thank you. Nice game. Like every
Oh no, that's yours.
I end up getting a new one because it wears out on the top. So basically, like something that just gets out, it's not good.
You have time to go pee?
Yeah, the boil and bite ones.
Okay, I'll be right back.
But I mean, like, as opposed to like, I can do one of those every couple of months, as opposed to like gnawing through $150 mouth guard in like a few weeks. And that would happen.
Sure. Okay. So basically, the stick moves it back and forth. The zooming thing. That's wide shot, close up.
Okay.
So you can do it a little bit right now. I don't think it's wrong.
Okay, so zoom.
Yeah, quite well.
Little Smash Squad.
Yeah, I was like,
So that's your
like while
basic
it's going.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every
think
time
it's
I would
Smash
always-
Squad rolling to Quebec final.
So it'll be you and Sass then. I said, well, Ross is okay with that. That's
Yeah, well, does that mean, because if that happens, you can give Ross the third place.
That's also why you oh, he's in it.
Oh, he's in it?
No,
oh, he's
no,
live?
he's not.
He's
No,
live?
he's not.
Is he live?
No, him and I are doing it live.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
So yeah, no, okay, so technically this is what I got the last 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Straits Jones can't get here till 6:30. So I'm just gonna get her on a couple of shadow calls. And Pink and Babbitt on the screen. And then Straits Jones and you and Ross. And then you and Ross here. So he's on 2, like he started.
Oh, what?
And you and 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I must have night shift.
Yep. And for the third place game, is it
7
going to
o'clock.
be just 120?
I have no idea. I have 7 hours. Or 6
Okay, and then the final is going to be 220s, or?
I don't know. So, but it's going good, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, if they keep playing like that, then it looks like you will be on the 9 o'clock game.
It's going to be Quebec and Montreal.
I think there's a pretty good chance that you're going to be on that game anyways. That one of
Yeah,
the teams is going to make it just based on the previous body of work in tournaments I've seen.
How long does it take?
I'm excited to see the Rebelle. Sorry,
I saw something outside. I was like, you guys have the best names on your team? Like,
they're so cute. Look at them.
oh, is this Sherman?
Yeah.
Okay, no, I saw some of the. No, I saw some of the other skaters. They're the ones who have the Oscar.
They all have cool names.
Who's the team that I was talking about?
I think it's the one with chlamydia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Quebec. Roller Derby
Yeah,
Quebec.
I saw some of the artists keep
Yeah.
I saw Bombas on there, and that's what made me. I was like,
Deal the door. Come on.
What is that?
Moissonneuse battante, it's something in the field, a big truck in the field to do the
Like a
harvest.
tiller?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
I still can't believe there's no air conditioning in this place.
Oh, and the Terrible's family from Mexico is watching.
Last year, last year.
We have to say Terrible.
Terrible.
Gone show.
Roll the R.
But hey, I mean, like, admittedly, this place also hosts like wrestling tournaments on occasion. And you never see what this place looks like.
Three
Go to
cuts.
the rafters with white rodents.
It's a knitting.
It smells pretty much exactly what you think it smells like. So at the very least, this group is far more hygienic.
I lost my pen already.
Well, I mean, last year, you remember, there was like a huge delay for that girl who got right rags, which, I mean, I hope she's better now.
Ça va?
How do we know when we're on? How do you know when we're like?
Yeah!
and we do have a
J'ai perdu mon crayon.
Oh, that's awesome. How did you? You organized that. That's pretty much fun. How did you guys get sponsors? That is essential. This year, what you could do, and this is because I often like I often see sponsors for like some of the film projects that I do is do like offer them the space in exchange for like maybe not exactly like you could ask them to give them like a video product and just have a price for it, which I find often helpful. No, I'm the attaché of one of the
people go into like filming people and then so I need to tell you about Jeremy Roth about the film. So the key thing here is it's really neat to get voices and faces and all that stuff. Really what you want is to be exactly in the frame.
Ah, il était là, mon crayon. Ouais.
That's what I was going to do. Inside of that is a unless the two jammers are fighting each other or something, you know, like a whole jammer action thing is like
Smash.
and you're live all the time, so
just got the score for this one.
Les rollers début qui c'était.
Oh, okay, this machine is on its own.
124 à 10. Yeah.
This is hardly trading. I used to carry around like super heavy, like I'm gonna die. Yeah, there's
these used to do a really high quality IS great with the low light conditions. So they're actually better.
yeah, these are also automated. Like,
Oh, and yeah, you don't have to like
Smash Candles. Voyons. 121. That's 50 or 30?
50.
No, still they make 50 points. It's the power jams. Yeah.
I think about sticking GoPros on everyone's head and just see what kind of.
Oh yeah, big time.
What was the score?
124 to 10.
I would assume so.
Their jammers are killing it. And they only have 8 players.
Really?
Yeah.
Typical RDQ.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Welcome back to Ted Reeve Arena in the 2015 Fresh and the Furious. Once again, I'm the Derby Nerd here with
Et
Saucisse.
bonjour, je suis Saucisse. On vous souhaite la bienvenue.
And we are very quickly underway. Sherbrooke making their debut, Les Rebelles, here at the Fresh and the Furious against the host, the Derby Debutantes. And the first lead jammer status does go actually to the Debutantes. Two jammer 7-11 in the pink, Cyclone Sam. And she calls it off very quickly.
Les Rebelles de Sherbrooke en sont à leur première apparition au Fresh and the Furious. Elles jouent contre les Derby débutantes qui nous accueillent aujourd'hui pour ce tournoi.
The Derby Debutantes, the original team of the GTA RollerGirls. Formed way back in 2008.
Wow! Les Derby débutantes existent depuis 2008. Les Rebelles depuis maintenant 1 an.
And it's great to see another team from Quebec here represented at the Fresh and the Furious tournament. The future of the Derby in that province looks strong. Jambette looks like it's going to be called on a track cut.
Jambette se fait envoyer au banc des pénalités pour avoir coupé la piste.
And so that means lead jammer status will go to number 143. That is Whip It Good. The debutantes have had a kind of a rough time at this tournament. I think they'd like to have a good showing this year. Sherbrooke, the front of that pack, trying to keep their points out of the way. Nice, aggressive pass.
Elle passe en plein centre du mur des rebelles.
Whip It Good, picking up a lot of points here early on in this early power jam.
La jammeuse des rebelles est de retour sur la piste. Jambette se faufile entre les bloqueuses adverses et elle se fait renvoyer au banc des pénalités pour avoir poussé avec les avant-bras. Ça va faire mal aux rebelles.
Tough start here for Les Rebelles. Big opportunity though for the hosts on their home track.
Whip It Good is having a good time.
Doesn't need any whips on this this power jam.
Elle continue à accumuler des points pour les Derby débutants.
19 so far. 5 more and another quick pass as the pack is dead stopped at turn number 3.
Et la jammeuse
And Jambette taking the long way around.
Et de retour, elle décide de faire le tour complet de la piste alors que le banc des pénalités était juste à côté du pack.
Oh, and actually Jambette getting called for a skating out of bounds penalty.
Oh. Et elle retourne à la boîte des pénalités pour la 3e fois d'affilée. Nous vous rappelons que lors de ces parties de 20 minutes, vous avez 4 pénalités, vous êtes éjecté.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened. Maybe she skated back on the track by mistake and then off again. We don't have instant replay set up, but we'll assume that that's what happened. So power jam opportunity continues for the debutantes. You know, that's what this tournament is all about. Getting experience, making those mistakes.
Ah oui, c'est ici qu'on apprend.
That's why it's the fresh and the furious.
La petite Christmas a essayé d'arrêter la jammeuse à l'avant du pack, mais cette dernière, c'est très bien faufilé.
Jewel of Denial. Jamming now, the captain of the debutantes. Nice little sweep on the inside.
L'intérieur était ouvert.
Bucky Harms, the pivot. 5 points now for the debutantes. 33-0, 4 minutes in. Now, is this Sherbrooke's first game ever?
Non, ils ont joué leur première game contre les Sirènes de Rimouski.
Oh, okay.
De Trois-Rivières. Je suis mêlée. Et elles ont déjà joué aussi contre le Fresh Meet de Roller Derby Québec.
So they do have a little bit of experience coming into this tournament. I know the debutantes have played a few games this season as well. 1 blocker each heading to the penalty box. The pivot, though, for the debutantes. And Captain Bucky Harms in the box.
Les rebelles n'ont toujours pas marqué de points au tableau.
Another 10 points for the debutantes.
Elles joueront leur premier match maison le 15 août contre les Sirènes. Ce sera leur premier match local. Le 15 août à Sherbrooke. Le score est de 38-0 pour les Derby débutants.
Jamming, we have Cyclone Sam jamming for the debutantes. And for Les Rebelles.
Et c'est Malicious qui prend le lead pour les rebelles.
Oh, excuse me, that's Misbehaven jamming for the debutantes. Misbehaven with the star.
Et Malicious qui passe encore. C'est 5 points. Nous avons 2 bloqueuses, une de chaque équipe, qui sont envoyées au banc des pénalités.
Moolicious, not to be mistaken with malicious.
Et les 2 jammers ont repassé à travers le pack.
So Rebelle finally getting some points on the board here. 9 points so far in this jam. Oh, and just getting pushed to the outside. Malicious forced to reset all the way back to turn number 1.
Et
she's gonna
elle
call it
arrête
off.
le jam.
But not before 4 more points were scored by the debutantes to increase their lead now to 47-9.
Nous avons les premiers points au tableau pour les rebelles qui ont réussi à marquer 9 points.
Took them 6 minutes, but a big 19-9 jam gets them on the board.
Toujours une bloqueuse de chaque équipe dans la boîte de pénalité. Il semble y avoir une rotation à ce niveau.
Debutantes with one too many skaters on the track. The referees have not yet noticed, so we'll see if they can get away with this one.
La jammers
Yeah.
des Derby débutantes passe à l'intérieur et elle prend le lead.
And that is Cyclone Sam. One blocker was sent off the track for the debutantes. Cyclone Sam slowing up. A nice little change of speed to pop through the pack, but she doesn't call it off.
Orange Clutch passe à l'extérieur.
And that's going to force Cyclone Sam to at least make another pass here.
Et Terrible qui tient très bien la jammeuse.
Oh.
Mais ce ne fut pas suffisant. La jammeuse adverse prend ses points et arrête le jeu.
And Terrible, as you mentioned, nice shout out to her family, we understand, watching from Mexico.
Oui, elle m'a mis au courant de bien prononcer son nom. Terrible.
Terrible. I'll work on it. All right. One in the penalty box, power start opportunity for the debutantes, 4-4 in the pack. And the Rebelles have the back position on this start to see if they can slow up the jammer.
Et la jammeuse des Derby débutantes s'élance en plein milieu et elle brise ce mur et elle prend le lead. Elle est la première jammeuse.
Whip It Good had a big jam early on a power jam. A full minute. And let's see what she can do with this one.
Oh, on lui ouvre une porte à l'intérieur qui est tout de suite refermée. Alors elle s'essaie à l'extérieur. Jambette a fait une jambette. Elle a un low block. Elle est envoyée au banc des pénalités.
The Rebel Jammer now back on the track. Orange Clutch. 5 more points though on the board for Whip It Good. And the debutantes have increased their lead now to 60-15.
Le score est de 60 à 15 pour les Derby Debutants avec 11 minutes à jouer.
Timeout called by the refs. Over in the bubble, the Rogue Divas and the Thicket game just came to a conclusion if you are just tuning into this one track. Thickets defeated the Rogue Divas 67-47.
Et j'aimerais féliciter les équipes du Québec. Nous avons Roller Derby Québec qui a gagné son premier match 124-10 contre Queen's Court et le Smash Squad de Montréal qui a gagné 121-50 contre les Cannondalls, les championnes de l'an dernier.
Very impressive scores early on from the teams from Quebec. Les Rebelles not as lucky in this game so far, but we'll see if they can turn it around.
Mais ils ont quand même clairement moins d'expérience que les deux autres équipes.
Yeah, a little bit less.
Mais on est très content qu'elle soit ici, une troisième équipe pour représenter la francophonie.
All right, we are underway. Oh, false start.
Elles étaient trop motivées, personne ne voulait s'arrêter. Même après le coup de sifflet.
La Petite Christmas will be jamming for Les Rebelles when things get underway.
Et c'est parti, la Petite Christmas qui tape l'autre jammeuse, puis se fait sortir à l'extérieur. Elle est recyclée à l'arrière du pack. Le numéro 711 pour les Derby Debutants et la première jammeuse.
That is Cyclone Sam. The debutantes pivot though, heading to the penalty box, number 11. Lucha
Et la
Gore.
Petite Christmas a complété son passage initial. Lorsqu'elle reviendra autour de la piste, elle pourra maintenant compter des points.
And Cyclone Sam picks up the points, takes a look, and calls it off just as La Petite Christmas was advancing toward the pack to score.
Cyclone Sam ne la laissa prendre aucun point.
Nearing the midway point of this game, Derby Debutantes in control so far. Thank you for tuning in to layer9.ca. Stick around. We've got a full day of Derby action for you.
Et de l'action, il y en a.
Debutantes pivot still in the box.
Oh, Malicious! Qui se faufile à l'extérieur. Personne ne l'a vu passer. Cependant, elle a Jewel of Nil, I don't know how you pronounce that, à ses trousses sur ses talons.
Jewel of Denial.
Thank you.
We can help each other.
Oui.
with our pronunciations today.
Ah! Elle a arrêté le jeu trop tard, Malicious. Elle a permis à l'autre jammeuse de cumuler 3 points.
67-19. The winner of this game will go on to face the Smash Squad at 3 p.m. That will be a tough battle. Whip It Good getting back onto the line for the debutantes.
Et c'est la petite Christmas pour les rebelles.
Pivot is standing, slight pack advantage to start things off for the Rebel. Does not matter though. Whip It Good through as your lead jammer.
C'était très physique sur la inside line, à la ligne de l'intérieur avec la capitaine des Derby Debutants, c'est la petite Christmas.
Whip It Good calling it off, but did she call it off in time? 2 point. Oh, and it looks like at the very end of that jam, a misconduct assessed to the pivot. She's going to head right back to the box. Lucha Gore with her second penalty. 4 penalties will have you fouled out of this game. Official review being called. It looks like by the debutantes. The benches for the debutantes being run by Spark Kills and Pinky Tuffadoro. And for Les Rebelles, it's Casey Jones and Mamzelle Petet.
Le score est de 69-19. Il reste 8 minutes de jeu.
And this is a good opportunity for us to tell you about another one of our vendors. We would like to thank the Brasserie Boutique. Better options at reasonable cost, and we help with sizing. Go to www.brasserieboutique.ca.
Boutique Brassière.
Still lots of time to get down to Ted Reeve Arena, too. We will be going all day. The knockout rounds start at about 7 p.m. The championship game scheduled for 9 p.m. It's a grueling day of derby, but a wonderful opportunity for these new teams, new skaters from established leagues to get a tournament in very early on in their careers. As I mentioned earlier, this is the 5th year for the Fresh and Furious under this name. It was first held in 2008 as the Virgin Suicides Brawl.
Oh! Et personnellement, c'est une de mes plus belles expériences de roller derby en 4 ans.
Yeah.
The Fresh and the Furious en 2012. Nous vous invitons à nous rejoindre à l'Arena, à Ted Reeve et aussi à la Bubble. Il y aura de l'action de roller derby toute la journée. Il fait chaud, on a du fun. Venez nous rejoindre. Je dis ça pour les francophones de l'Ontario, bien évidemment.
Still waiting as the referees confer. Coming up on this track next will be the Dirty Farmers and the Bloody Marys. It'll be the first opportunity to see the Bloody Marys from Wellington Roller Derby. And over in the bubble right now, the Renegade Derby Dames are taking on Royal City's Our Ladies of Pain. It was the Royal City's Top Hurloins, I think, who you faced in the final in 2012. Smash Squad.
I do not remember.
That's why I'm here.
It's a shame. Thank you.
The Royal City RollerGirls changed their Fresh Meat team name. It was known as the Top Hurloins, now Our Ladies of Pain.
Et nous aurons à 1h40 aussi dans la bubble une autre équipe du Québec. Roller Derby Québec affrontera les Neophytes.
Yeah, the Neophytes, great comeback earlier on. It took them a while to gel. They're a mix of about 5 different leagues from northeastern Ontario, so it took them a while to get together, but once they got rolling, they were unstoppable in that game. Made a late game comeback to win 75-73 against South Simcoe. And Roller Derby Quebec, with only 8 skaters, looks very dominant early on, putting up 124 points against the Queen's Court. Roller Derby Quebec is known for skating short.
Oui.
They often do it even at the Beast of the East tournament with their home teams.
Oui, on se rappelle que les gagnants du Beast, c'était les Casse-Gueules et les deuxièmes places, les Rouges et Gords, 2 équipes de Québec remportant la première et la deuxième place au Beast of the East en 2015.
Yeah, unbelievable showing for that league. And I have a feeling it's going to be a good couple years for the Duchess as well.
Ils sont sur une bonne lancée.
All right, ready to get back underway.
Nous avons Malicious sur la jam line pour les Rebelles.
The Derby debutantes have lost their official review now for this game. Oh, nice defense from the Rebelle. Pivot allows.
Clutch qui retient la jammeuse seule, la sort à l'extérieur.
Nice work from the Rebelle pack and terrible.
Terrible!
With some nice blocking too.
Et il n'y avait plus de pack. Je crois qu'une joueuse des Derby débutantes s'est fait envoyer au banc des pénalités pour ne pas avoir reformé le pack assez rapidement.
Malicious calls that off as Cyclone Sam was approaching to score. No points on the board for the Debs. Their lead remains 69-23. So Rebelle, after a tough start, seemed to have settled into this game nicely. Took them a long time to get some points on the board, but they've been every bit the equal to the debutantes over the last few jams and expect them to get better as this tournament goes on.
C'est dommage qu'il ne reste que 7 minutes à cette partie.
Whip It Good jamming for the debutantes, and she is your lead jammer. She is having a very strong game for the hosts.
Et Freaky Meow qui se fait sortir à l'extérieur.
Luchigor was way out of play on that hit.
La boîte des pénalités est remplie de roses.
Whip It Good, getting the indication from her bench to call it off. She does so just in time, having scored 2 points.
Il y a beaucoup de pénalités pour une partie de seulement 20 minutes. Chaque pénalité compte et fait très mal.
Yeah.
Il y a présentement 3 Derby débutantes sur le banc des pénalités. Freaky Meow qui vient de jammer pour les Rebelles est aussi dans les bûches. Il y a aussi la petite Christmas, Cinderella et Malicious des Rebelles qui font partie des bûches.
Timeout called from the Rebelle. Trying to refocus here with 7 minutes to go. Down by 50 points.
Les Rebelles ont aussi des joueuses de Trois-Rivières à leur roster aujourd'hui. Dopamine, Malicious, Tricotte, Matt Crafty et Harmless Hedgehog font partie de Roller Derby Trois-Rivières.
Wow, great for them too to be sending skaters to this tournament.
Il faut s'aider entre petites ligues qui commencent.
How many leagues are currently in Quebec, I think?
Il y en a beaucoup de petites qui commencent un peu partout, mais on n'a pas le choix de se mixer pour réussir à avoir assez de joueuses pour jouer. C'est ça qui est triste. C'est qu'il n'y a pas assez de joueuses. C'est dur à partir des ligues.
The growth here in Ontario seems to have slowed. After 2009-2010, there were many leagues. There's upwards of 50 leagues, though, still operating in Ontario.
Oh, et Malicious! Et la première jammeuse. Il n'y avait qu'une bloqueuse des Derby débutantes sur la track.
It was Cyclone Sam all alone out there. She did her best. Couldn't hold back Malicious, though. And once again, Cyclone Slam with a big swing and a miss. 4 points picked up, but also 4 points stolen by the debutantes. A little bit of a late call-off from Malicious.
La jammeuse des Derby débutantes a eu le temps de prendre ses points. Malicious aurait pu continuer. Essayer d'en marquer plus, mais elle a arrêté le jam. Le score est de 75-27. Il reste 6 minutes de jeu.
6 minutes left. 75-27. And the debutantes still running into lots of penalty troubles here late. Only 2 blockers on the track. Better than the one they had to start the last jam.
Freaky Meow qui s'élance. Elle est la première jammeuse. La petite Christmas qui... out of play. Elle essayait de retenir la jammeuse des debutants seule à l'avant.
Oh! Yeah. Bucky Harms lucky she didn't get a penalty for impeding the skater when she was returning from the penalty box. Cyclone Slam is going to take the line for the Debs. 15 minutes in now, 5 to go. Debutantes still in control.
La petite Christmas Malicious est terrible. Bloc pour les rebelles. Et nous avons Orange Clutch qui s'élance. Elle est la première jammeuse.
Very quickly through as your lead jammer, but Cyclone Slam about a half a track back trying to catch up. Debutante's points exposed. And Orange Clutch goes right into that wall hard.
Malicious a essayé de... Orange Clutch a essayé de traverser le pack, mais elle a frappé dans le dos. Elle s'en va à la boîte des pénalités, donnant ici un super jam au Derby Debutants.
Big opportunity here for the Debs to slow down the momentum that Les Rebelles were picking up over the previous 5 to 6 minutes. Nice work from Cyclone Slam, weaving her way through that pack, picking up 5 points in the process.
Les rebelles essaient beaucoup de chasser la jammeuse à l'avant, mais n'arrivent pas à la rattraper et elle passe à l'intérieur.
5 more. So Debutantes locking things down here, looking to become the third team so far in this tournament to hit the century mark. Impressive offensive feat in these 20-minute games. But working your way through the pack, Orange Clutch also on a scoring pass. La Petite Christmas knocked down by Cyclone Sam on another scoring pass for the Debs.
Ah. Ah, je croyais qu'Orange Clutch allait se faire envoyer au banc pour un backblock sur celui-là.
Yeah.
Apparemment non, elle continue de pousser et elle réussit à sortir.
Oh, and she gets called with a blocking with the head.
Elle a frappé avec sa tête en essayant de passer au travers de ce mur. Elle est renvoyée sur le banc des pénalités.
10 seconds to go in this jam. Cyclone Slam looking to get one more pass before it ends. She does. A nice cut through that wall. And the jam comes to its 2-minute conclusion as terrible,
Au banc
getting
des
better.
pénalités.
99 points. They're on the cusp of the century.
Vont-ils passer la marque du 100 points et être la troisième équipe à le faire lors de ce tournoi? L'avenir nous le dira dans quelques instants.
This is one of the strongest starts the debutantes have ever had at this tournament. For a few years, the Chrome Mollies were the representatives for the GTA RollerGirls here at the tournament. Oh, we have our first foul out of the game. It looks like Orange Clutch has fouled out the jammer for Les Rebelles, so they are going to switch it up.
À seulement quelques minutes de la fin de la partie, Orange Clutch se fait éjecter pour avoir eu trop de pénalités. Il y a alors Freaky Mian, je crois, qui va la remplacer sur le banc des pénalités en tant que jammeuse.
It's easy to accumulate 4 penalties in these 20-minute games. All right, ready to get back underway. The skaters were a little too eager to get underway.
Elle était pressée de commencer.
That is Jewel of Denial now jamming for the debutantes.
Jewel of Denial. I got it. Voyons voir ce que la défensive des rebelles pourra faire contre elle. Et voilà, c'est parti pour vrai cette fois.
A pinch from the inside and out. And Jewel of Denial went outside, pick up lead jammer status.
Les rebelles décident de prendre le devant du pack. Ça ne leur laissera pas beaucoup de jeu pour arrêter la jammeuse.
Freaky Meow now working through a 4-wall of debutante blockers at turn number 2. Bucky Harms with a big hit, but it's going to send her to the penalty box. Jewel of Denial back around, another scoring pass. 2 blockers going down. Inuk
Shock et Cinderella.
Freaky Meow completes her first pass. Debutante's bench calling for the call-off, but Jewel of Denial does not hear.
Freaky Meow. Est-ce qu'elle a réussi à ramasser quelques points? Malheureusement, non. C'était pas loin, par contre.
Couldn't quite get those hips past a blocker. 108 to 35, 2 minutes to go.
Et les rebelles sont très agressives.
Pivot in the box for the Debs, 4-3 pack advantage for Willoughby Sherbrooke. Whip it good on the line for the debutantes. Malicious once again for Les Rebelles. Whip it good. Another lead jammer status.
Et Malicious la suit sur ses talons. Les rebelles prennent les devants du pack pour donner une chance à leur jammeuse de peut-être prendre quelques points. Et c'est réussi pour Malicious. Elle est sortie aussi. Je crois que les Debs essaient de passer le temps.
Yeah, the debutantes maybe going to let the clock go. There's a minute to go, minute and a half left in the jam. Malicious knock to the inside. Nice hit from Bucky Harms.
Run the clock in French. Elle court l'horloge.
Ouais.
Ça se traduit pas très bien. Et elle passe à l'intérieur comme dans du beurre.
Wow, debutantes putting up the biggest score of the day so far. And there's still under a minute to go.
Oh. On a essayé de passer l'étoile chez les rebelles, mais ça n'a pas fonctionné. Donc, nous avons la pivot avec l'étoile dans ses mains qui se dirige au banc des pénalités. Bien essayé.
And the debutantes now will allow the jam to run out, and they will get their first victory of the Fresh and Furious 2015.
Whip It Good continue à tourner et à accumuler les points. C'est maintenant 136 à 39 et elle arrête le jam.
Waited for that clock to expire, called it off. The hosts, Derby Debutantes, with a huge win to start off their tournament. 136 to 43. It's an unofficial final right now, but nonetheless, the Derby Debutantes pick one win away from advancing to the quarterfinals.
136 à 43 pour les Derby Debutants contre les Rebelles de Sherbrooke.
Very impressive performance from the hosts. As I mentioned, coming up on this track, the Bloody Marys and the Dirty Farmers playing the opportunity for the winner to advance to the quarterfinals. That's coming up here at 1:40. Still a little bit behind schedule, so might be closer to 1:50 when that one gets underway. But just tune in if you are a fan of the Dirty Farmers and the Bloody Marys in about 15 minutes' time for that one. And there it is. It's an official final now, 136 to 43 for Sass. I'm the Derby Nerd. Thanks for tuning in to Layer9.ca and our coverage of the Fresh and the Furious 2015.
Sometimes I say stuff, I'm like, why did I say that?
Yeah, that'll always happen.
Well, it's comforting to be with a pro. Because I know that if I don't know what to say, you know what to say. Oh la la.
I don't know
What's
what I'm doing
happening
next.
now?
Yeah, what are we doing? Do you know?
Good question. Let's go have a look.
So that it doesn't drift now. It's okay. Is it more stuff?
Yeah, it's better than.
Well, that's the right thing to type.
Well, none of my camera gears will last me a long go down on it.
Sometimes like a cable will get caught up and then pulling it back, but everything will stop here.
Is there so for right now, are we streaming the warm-ups and stuff too?
The camera's on, there's nobody who can switch it, so the camera's on.
Oh.
So just leave it on the straight away.
Alright.
They'll do another warm-up, so people will skate by. They'll be interested in who's watching. They'll do his comments.
There.
Back to the bubble. This is nerve-wracking.
Why?
I don't know. I'm afraid to say stupid things. I said something or not? Why do I talk? Why do I talk? Yeah, and okay, Quebec City's playing. Oh.
It's actually my old career. I have a broadcasting career. But admittedly, I'm not. Like, I don't know. I really like. Minus the super mugginess.
It's been way hard to do.
Oh, for sure. Last year was like dog shit. But I don't mind this. This isn't terrible. I'm sure as the evening arrives and people sort of clam together, it'll be a little.
It's a hard game to film with one camera. You really, ideally, you want three, and a switcher, and even then, it's pretty hard to capture. I mean, there's interesting stuff that we have here.
Oh, no, we don't.
Like,
And you want to have like an overview of it as well. So we're going to set a camera up in the box there later on. And then you want to watch the penalty box as well.
I thought we had a monitor, but we don't. Oh,
you
jeez.
don't see it.
I don't know why you don't have that monitor.
Yeah, I don't know why that's not over here. Usually it would be.
I'm not going to move anything. Possibly the table's too short.
Possibly. That is a possibility. I still have stickers I gotta give out to people. You got one, right? You on skate? Yeah, she's upstairs. So,
what's this team? This is
this is Wellington.
Farmers and Wellington.
Yep. Bloody Marys.
Bloody Marys, yeah.
Bloody Marys and the Dirty Farmers. Look at that.
Yeah, that's lovely. So all kinds.
Tights. Check out Monster Muffin. Monster Muffin makes her stuff so it fits bigger, so it's more for, like, she makes her stuff for Derby Girls, so it fit. She makes stuff for wrestling shit too, so yeah, if you want to get tights.
Exactly what I would be using.
Yeah. There's not.
I don't know. Seriously, I've definitely worn tights that have been a bit snugger in here.
Well, you could have been using it for men's roller derby too.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. You don't want your stuff floating around.
I had a bottle of water, I set it down, I don't know where it
I
went.
know, I'm dry right now. Those two after playing these 2 games, but I'll make it through.
Well, you got time while they warm up. We're running a bit behind over here if you want to. Yeah.
They're a very form fitting.
Shit.
So no worries, I'll be alright.
I should have got the other one. I was in the washroom. What? Washroom? I think in the hallway you can fill your water bottle. Thank you.
Sweet, I'll be right back.
All right. Oh, you're in the pockets. Are you gonna go get baked goods or anything?
See, I was always a fan of
It's by donation, so
like that sort of had diagonal lines.
Yeah,
So, like,
the salted chocolate.
it did like diagonal lines going in, so
were
you didn't look like
amazing.
you were kind of
Amazing. It was so good.
severely out of shape.
I am so impressed with vegan stuff. It tastes so good.
I don't trust a lot of vegan stuff.
It's really good. It's amazing. It's so good. So if there's any left, I would highly recommend that. So these guys are the ones that I announced for in Mount Forest, the Bloody Marys. And Durham Farmers I announced for in Durham.
I was the Mount Forest girls. I was like, a lot of these girls look familiar. I feel like I've seen them before.
Entirely possible.
Well, I know I've met Party.
Yeah.
And then as
Did you come to Mount Forest with me? Yeah, I think you did too. Yes, you did. Because remember, that was the High Happy Healthy sign.
Right, yeah.
Yes, that's why they look familiar. This is Babbling Babic, aka Ref Star. Bailey.
Nice to meet you, Bailey. I know, it's so formal.
So there is a place to fill it up out there?
Yeah, I just
Okay.
wanted to
That's what I was planning on doing, and then I set my bottle down and don't know how to put
water.
it.
I should be fine, right? Halfway through the comps.
I was looking at some of the best one was
All right. Let's see if I can turn these back.
When do you do things next?
When am I on? I don't know. I should probably... We're on round 2 now, so I can probably get rid of this one. I'm not going to throw it out like I did with the other one. Pop it back there. Yeah. There we go.
Viewers at home, your next game is going to be the Dirty Farmers from Durham Region Roller Derby. And they're going to be squaring off against Wellington Roller Derby's very own Bloody Marys, so stay tuned. You are watching this live on Layer 9. I'm Babbling Babic. I'll be on the call next with Jax.
I'll put Tara on stream here. So yeah, I'll probably put sneaks on this. Yeah, I'll put sneaks on that thing. Or maybe... I got Babic here and I could put sneaks. Oh no, he's there. Shit. I'll put Tara there and Tara there. I don't know, we'll see what happens. So, potentially... Definitely nothing till 5.
My ref nut, he'll be the head ref for this next game. He's supported by Milfhouse, Papa Koopa, White Noise, Shanksky, Tyler Swift, and we have a plethora of NSOs making this happen today, which we're very thankful for. A lot of volunteers to make this happen.
We ourselves are volunteers.
This is true, Jax. Technically, we're paid back by having all you viewers at home listen to us babble, in my case, about all this derby that's just about to get underway.
Absolutely, that whistle means that we are set for action. Dirty Farmers taking on the Bloody Marys. Dirty Farmers hailing from Durham Region Roller Derby. Bloody Marys out of Wellington Roller Derby. Their hometown is Mount Forest, Ontario.
So Wellington Roller Derby's Bloody Marys, they got a first round bye just at random.
Absolutely. They won the lottery or lost, depending, because they had no time to warm up. They haven't they don't have a game under their belt yet. This will be their first.
Whereas the Dirty Farmers, they came off a win.
Absolutely. And the Dirty Farmers, I do announce actually for both these leagues outside of the Fresh and the Furious. And I've seen quite a few of these skaters. I'm quite familiar with them. And actually, if you want to pay attention to this jammer for the Dirty Farmers right now, Shreddy Mercury, she was found in a skate park doing trick skating. And one of the Kingston referees was like, hey, you should check out roller derby. And
always recruiting, they are.
Absolutely.
Always recruiting.
And when you see her jam, you're going to see that she is a killer jammer. fresh still and does make some mistakes. However, fantastic jammer, Shreddy Mercury.
And that's Mimi LaRouche. She's out there as the lead jammer for the Bloody Marys right off the bat. And she does her best to get through there, but it would appear that as she was negotiating her way past that foremost blocker, she picks up a track cut.
That's got Shreddy Mercury and the Dirty Farmers on the power jam. First power jam of the game.
On the first jam of the game. Not to mention the fact, too, Jax, that we are going the full 2 minutes now.
Absolutely.
That she was lead jammer when she went to the box. So the very first jam of the game is going to be a full 2 minute jam.
It's going to be a low block.
And that's going to Duchess Van Dollface.
Absolutely. Shreddy Mercury taking a hard tumble there. Her helmet bouncing off the concrete. Safety of the utmost importance in roller derby.
Agreed. As an official, also as an announcer, but as an official, I agreed. Safety is number one, and I'm sure the officials are watching her. But
as an announcer, there have been times I wish I would have had some gear on. And that's going to be number 1217, Wicked Wench, heading off to the penalty box for the Dirty Farmers.
And Mimi LaRouche, she's out there, and both jammers right now, actually, for both teams are scoring points. Shreddy Mercury negotiating her way through the back of that pack. Mimi LaRouche has already made her way through. She puts a big 4 points up on the board. With this first full 2 minute jam at the start of this game, we're going to see some higher points put on the board, I think, out of all the games so far.
Absolutely.
Off the first jam.
Nice cut to the inside by Mimi there to get the advantage on the pack and put another 4 points up on the board at the end of that jam.
And when all's said and done,
it looks like a 15-13 jam.
Yeah, right off the bat with some penalties right off the both these teams are in it to win it for obvious reasons, of course, but
and that's the thing with these 20-minute mini bouts, you need to come out and play your second half comeback right from the get-go.
Exactly, and it's also it's so important to stay out of that box, especially from a jammer perspective. It's always important to stay out of the box, but even more so in these 20-minute format games.
Sarah's fantastic jammer for the Bloody Marys is out as your lead jammer. And a pile-up coming off the apex in turn number 2. And it's Sarah's now on a scoring pass. Sarah's coming into the back of the pack, and she is, coming in hot. And she may get a back block for that. We're going to have to wait and see. Yes, she definitely is going to be getting a back block penalty. That's going to put the Dirty Farmers on the power jam.
Yeah, and once again, for the second time, we're going to go the full 2 minutes because it was the lead jammer who took the penalty.
Absolutely. Spinelli now coming around. About a quarter of a track length behind the pack now. Pack pace picking up a little bit. Wellington getting to the front of the pack, which is strategically where they need to be.
Each team has a blocker in the box.
Spinelli now working the pack. One blocker left to get around. She's got all the other points picked up from the pack.
Bloody Mary's doing a good job at recycling in front of her to slow her down.
It's just Julia that hasn't given up her point, number 99. And Julia there with a nice hit out.
Yeah, last line of defense. She does her job. All the while, it gives Sarah's a chance to get out of the box and get back on the track to get some points up on the board for the Bloody Marys.
Sarah's now back in the mix again. Spinelli making her way around. That's another nickel up on the board for the Dirty Farmers. Sarah's around and through. She's going to put points up on her own, another 4. 20 seconds remaining in this jam. Again, it's going the full 2 minutes. And Sarah's is going to get another back blocking penalty. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that for sure. Yeah, that was definitely an illegal contact zone. Even from this vantage point, you could see that. And Tyler Swift, the jam ref, was all over it. He makes that call.
Says the announcer referee sitting to my right. And when it's all said and done, it's close again. It's a 7-11 jam in favor of the Bloody Marys, who now are 2 points ahead. First lead change.
Yeah, first lead change for sure. And a lot of points up on the board early in this game. Only in reflecting to all the other games so far today. There's been some close games today. There's been some good action around here already.
Absolutely. Certainly has some very close games. Some surprises are defending champions losing their first bout, the Cannondals.
Yeah. But not without putting a good effort forth.
When we say it's defending champions, however, these are brand new teams every year as they are fresh meat. They've only been skating for less than a year.
What was interesting about that game is both those teams were champions in the past. When it was the Cannondals had won, and Montreal had won in 2012. So they both leagues had representing fresh meat teams that know what it takes to win this tournament.
And how about Sherbrooke, Quebec? Brand new league.
That's exciting.
And they're in the Fresh and the Furious this year.
It's exciting to see new teams and new leagues popping up all over the place because it's just going to make it that much easier for these awesome events to take place.
And Sarah's is going to need to watch herself now. That's her third back blocking penalty. One more in these short games, and she will be ejected, fouled out on 4.
And the pivot for the Dirty Farmers, Shirley Mercury, she's going to grab a seat in the box right now. So that puts the Dirty Farmers pivot off the track for the time being. And Wellington Roller Derby, the Bloody Marys are going to have another blocker take a seat. So both teams have 3 blockers on the track right now.
And Sugar scoring points for the Dirty Farmers.
And that's who Wellington Roller Derby is trying to hold up at the front of that pack right now.
And nice hit out.
Beautiful hit.
Fancy a bruise with the hit out. Oh, yeah. No, that wasn't Fancy. Who is that? Number 97.
That's Duchess Von Dollface.
Duchess Von Dollface with a nice hit out.
The last line of defense, and she takes her out just in time. So we have another lead change there, Jax.
We sure do.
32 points for the Dirty Farmers. That was a big jam. They put 17 points up on the board that jam.
I think most importantly, Sarah's now is off the track. 2 jams in a row, that's tough.
Yeah, and this is exactly goes back to what we were saying in the beginning when we were talking about how these 20-minute games, you got to be careful, especially when it comes to these penalties, because especially the jammer, power jam situations, you want to be extra careful more than anything.
Oh, and a great hit out by Mother Cutter and Julia, working the pack at the front. And that allows Fancy Bruce to get through as your lead jammer.
Yeah, and she takes her all the way back, too, after that. That was some good track awareness to know to slow the jammer down, drop back.
It was good communication by Julia, the pivot for the Bloody Marys. And Fancy Bruce is around and through with a grand slam. Terrorizer yet to get through the pack. Great defending. And Mother Cutter takes one more shot. And they're going to recycle around in front of her. Julia, good job. Terrorizer now through on her initial pass. Fancy Bruise on another scoring run, and she is easily through the pack.
Mother Cutter and Shreddy Mercury all both taking a seat in the track. I think this is the second time Shreddy Mercury, as the pivot this jam's taking a seat in the box. And these skaters got to be aware of one thing, too. As you know, Jax, is that it only takes 4 penalties to foul out.
Just 4 penalties, and we've got Sarah's on 3 right now.
Precisely. We have a few skaters with, just 11 minutes, or almost 12 minutes left in the game that already are in danger of fouling out of this game.
Absolutely. And look to the scoreboard. We have another lead change. Bloody Mary's clearly taking that. 9-0 jam in favor of the Bloody Marys. Good job by Fancy a Bruise. That's got the Bloody Marys now, 33-32.
We're 6 jams in, and we've had 4 lead changes. Or 3 anyways. That's exciting. It's exciting derby.
Mimi LaRouge rounded through as your lead jammer for the Bloody Marys. And on the power jam now. Sugar gone to sit for 30 seconds or less.
Yeah, Sugar's grabbing a seat in the box. Each team has a blocker in there. Well, actually, that's Dirty Farmers have their pivot sitting in there, and Wellington Roller Derby, the Bloody Marys, have a blocker in the box.
So no pack advantage. Both 3 blockers on the track.
And Mimi LaRouche, she gets into a bit of contact there. She makes her way through.
And a penalty being called. It's going to be Shreddy Mercury called on an illegal reentry, I believe.
I believe so, yeah. I've seen a legal procedure hand signal, though I can't hear the verbal cue, but I believe it was a legal reentry. That would be her 3rd penalty. And
Mimi LaRouge off to the penalty box now. This is going to put the Farmers and Sugar on the power jam.
And Mimi LaRouge was lead jammer, therefore we're going the full 2 minutes.
Absolutely.
And number 98, Wheelho, did her best to hold up Sugar at the front of that pack, but Sugar makes her way through, picking her points up.
Mother Cutter going to go sit for 30 seconds.
I stand corrected. That wasn't a scoring pass. That was her initial pass. Now she's on her scoring pass right now. As she comes up to the Bloody Mary's front wall here.
Penalties being assessed. Number 303, I believe that's Spinderella.
And that's Sugar on her way to the box for the Dirty Farmers. So we have yet another jammer penalty. So it's gone back in the Bloody Mary's favor right now as they try to open up the lead, which they now have.
Absolutely. This is so far, as it stands now, it looks like a 19-0 jam in favor of the Bloody Marys.
And what's interesting is that the Dirty Farmers did have a power jam situation, yet their jammer unfortunately took a while to get off her initial pass.
And this is the thing with fresh skaters, and for all you skaters out there, I was going to say Dirty Farmers, but for all you skaters out there that are new to roller derby and that may not have passed your minimums yet, that may be skating in the Fresh and the Furious next year, this is the place to come and make mistakes. It's okay here. It's a learning process.
Yeah, and I'd like to also point out that it's not even from a skater's perspective. It's also from the officials, the NSOs, heck, even some announcers.
Absolutely, we have fresh announcers this year.
You know, and it's a great tournament for that. I completely agree.
And it's a whole lot of fun. So if you are watching this stream right now and you can get here, you should get here and watch this live. It's amazing. That's going to be Fancy a Bruise, called on a track cut for the Bloody Marys. That's going to have the Dirty Farmers on the power jam.
Yeah, and you know the thing was is she went out of bounds and she stepped back in bounds, but the step back in was enough to make that call. And this is we got an elbow call.
Spinderella is going to go to the box, called on an elbow.
And all the while,
sharpshooter
at the front of that pack, there it is. And as soon as turned down for what went down. She was considered not in play. Therefore, instantly, White Noise was giving Sugar that lead jammer status. And if she wants to get back in this game, she's going to need to take advantage of this power jam situation and get these points up. Now, Sugar called that jam, but I wonder if she realized or not that Fancy a Bruise was still in her initial pass, so she could have kept going and got some more points up on the board for Dirty Farmers, but I think she just erred on the side of caution in that case.
Yeah, about 7.5 minutes remaining. 10 points now separating the Bloody Marys and Dirty Farmers. Bloody Marys with the lead. Interesting fact, number 99, I just noticed now when you said turn down for what, and I look it up, is actually Julia wearing the number 99 shirt.
See, and because of your experience with these girls, you were able to catch that right away.
Absolutely. So Julia skating under the number 99.
I'll just make that correction on my sheet here.
All right. I'm actually going to be up in Mount Forest next weekend for the Fireworks Festival, where the Bloody Marys, or where Wellington Roller Derby will be taking on Area 705 Peterborough Roller Derby as part of the Fireworks Festival in Mount Forest, Ontario.
Should be an exciting time. You'll enjoy calling there too.
I'm excited because there's going to be a beer tent and fireworks and roller derby all happening at the same time.
What can go wrong?
Nothing can go wrong.
All right, we were back to some derby action with a 10-point lead for the Bloody Marys. As Jax pointed out a moment ago, we got 7 minutes left in this game.
And a nice hit on Spinelli by Mother Cutter.
And Mimi LaRouge for the Bloody Marys. She grabs lead jammer status for this jam.
Wicked Wench off to the penalty box for the Dirty Farmers.
Bloody Mary's doing a good job at the back there.
And
holding
Mimi.
up the Dirty Farmers jammer right now.
Mimi virtually undetected through the pack to put 5 points up, and she's back in there looking for another 5. Jukes around the blockers at the back of the pack, and clearly those long strides.
Yeah, she's, you're right, putting some... now the Bloody Marys are doing what they need to do, and that's open up this lead that they have.
Absolutely. 20 points now, the difference. And again, with these 20-minute mini bouts, you have to put it all on the track. You can't walk away from the track with anything. It needs to all be put on the track.
Spinelli finally got through there, Jax, but
sure did.
Mimi LaRouge knew that and took a look over her shoulder and called that jam off to avoid it from scoring any points.
This may be Spinelli's second or third game. I believe it was her first game a month or so ago when I called a bout in Durham, so very new.
It's this. Like I said, I maintain the fact that this tournament's a good experience for a lot of these girls.
Absolutely.
And GTA Roller Derby, they're the ones who are putting on and hosting today. We're in Toronto.
We sure are, right here at the Ted Reeve Arena. If you want to come down and watch this live,
Or if you want
Shreddy Mercury around as lead jammer for the Dirty Farmers.
Or maybe you want to let other people know if they can't make it here, or there's a lot of teams from all over the place. If they want to catch the action live, let them know it's on layer9.ca.
Absolutely. We have teams from all over Ontario, 3 teams from Quebec, and 1 team from Buffalo, New York. And there goes Sarah's around and through, putting more points up on the board. 4, in fact. Shreddy Mercury is lead jammer. She got hung up in the pack there. Didn't see Sarah's go around on the inside, and now she's forced to call the jam. But no,
Sarah's did a good job stealing those points on that inside line there,
which is good. It doesn't matter if you don't get any points ahead. If you have a lead, if you can pick up 4 and match the 4 of the other team, it's just as good as a 0.
Exactly, and that's exactly what happened this past jam, Jax, is that both teams put 4 points up on the board. So. The lead stays the same for the Bloody Marys right now, and they're looking to hold on with just under 5 minutes left in this game.
And here we go. And that's going to be Fancy a Bruise quickly juking to the outside and easily lead jammer.
She goes inside and outside there and picks it up quick. You're right. It's grabbing it before turn 1 anyways. And once again, these Bloody Marys defenders have been doing a good job so far at holding up the Dirty Farmers.
And Fancy a Bruise with a little head fake there. She looked inside and juked outside and was easily around and through with a grand slam.
And right now, I got to say, for a team that got a bye in the first round, the Bloody Marys seem to be putting on a not bad show right now.
Absolutely. Terrorizer is around and through on her initial pass. Fancy a Bruise going to call it off. 4 more points up on the board for the Bloody Marys, who have a commanding lead right now. With just 4 minutes on the clock, it's going to be tough for the Dirty Farmers to come back.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one for them to overcome, but then again, it's only a comeback's only a couple power jams away in some cases. So
it sure is. Anything can happen, especially at the Fresh and the Furious.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, we've seen a couple close matchups already today. That was rather exciting.
Really good comeback by the Neophytes earlier this morning.
That was a good one. Yeah, and there's been some close games, and the nice part about this round robin format is that these teams get another chance, right?
Did you take notice of Shreddy Mercury's skates?
I'm going to right now. Look at that, eh?
Roxy boot skates. You get that. She skates bowls. She skates skate parks.
That's cool. Yeah. She is lead jammer right now for speaking of which, for the Dirty Farmers. And Sarah's is out there, and she's picking up points at the same time.
Dirty Farmer's doing a good job of getting to the front. They're going to make Sarah's work for anything she gets as Shreddy Mercury gets into the pack, and she's going to get a penalty for back blocking.
I think that's Shreddy Mercury's 4th.
It is going to be her 4th, I believe.
I think she's going to foul out, and she's going to foul out as a jammer.
That means that Sarah's will have the remainder of this jam.
The remainder, yeah, you're right. Should be going
on a power jam, another full minute, if that's the case and Shreddy Mercury is in fact done.
You would almost say that the Bloody Marys all but have this one locked up right now.
With 2.5 minutes on the clock, I think we are pretty much there.
And Sarah does a beautiful 1 foot step to the inside there and picks those 5 points up rather easily. We got all the blockers here, jostling for position. The Bloody Marys knowing they want to make a hole in for her. Sarah's goes inside, she goes outside. She's holding her ground, but finally gets taken out by 1217, Wicked Wet.
Dirty Farmers doing exactly what they need to do, getting to the front of the pack.
Duchess Von Dollface picks up a clockwise block penalty. She's on her way to the box.
And it is going to be Shreddy Mercury, referee, going over and talking to her right now, I believe.
Yeah, letting her know.
She hasn't been let out and definitely will not be coming back.
Yeah, Shreddy Mercury will be done for the day.
For the game.
Or for the game, sorry. Valid point.
So I'm pretty sure with 1.5 minutes remaining, this is going to be the Bloody Marys. And that's going to be a timeout.
Yeah, that's a timeout that was called by the Dirty Farmers.
Absolutely. They're gonna get things shaken off.
Funny part is, I don't know if they knew it or not, but they might not have needed necessarily to call that timeout, being that an official timeout would have been called anyways for my ref not to deal with the foul-out skater. However, they have 2 anyways, and there's only 1 minute and 27 seconds left.
I think they're good. They still have the official review too.
Yeah,
so
exactly. So they
have all the timeouts. We're good.
So my ref nut's going to let the teams know the situation. That said skaters fouled out. I believe that Dirty Farmers are going to have to put a skater in the box.
Yep. We have the Louisa Calmaris Hart Award presentation at 2:30 in the Ted Reeve Arena. Louisa Calmaris was a fresh meat skater that sadly succumbed to asthma, an acute asthma attack. About a year and a half ago, the first Louisa Calmaris Heart Award was presented last year at Fresh. It goes to the skater that exhibits the most heart. It's a random draw. All teams are asked to submit the name of one skater that exhibits the most heart on the team. And from those 15 names, we'll draw the winner of the second Louisa Calmaris Heart Award, and that again is at 2:30. Also, I want to get you guys out there. If you are listening to us right now, if you are watching the Fresh and Furious on layer9.ca, hashtag FNF2015 or hashtag Fresh and the Furious. We want to hear from you. We want to see what's going on.
And boom, right off the bat, Mimi LaRouge. She is lead jammer, but hot on her heels. We got a little jammer on jammer action right now, Jax.
We certainly do.
Mimi
and Spinelli
LaRouge.
with a little hit on Mimi.
And Spinelli, yeah. Oh, but Mimi LaRouge, she picks up a back block call. She was lead jammer. She's on her way to the box. She's going to grab a seat, and Spinelli's going to have a chance to put some points up on the board.
And this is going to be the final jam, as there's no clock stoppage here. This jam going the full 2 minutes. The clock will run out.
You're completely, yeah, they're going to keep going. The clock will run out. We're going to
Timeouts can't be called during the jam.
Yeah. And this Bloody Mary's defense has been rather impressive, and I think that's what definitely helped them win this game today. And there was a quick panty pass that went off quick to Terrorizer, yeah.
And she just dropped a panty on the ground. That is the pivot panty. She's going to have to pick that up. At least it wasn't the jammer panty, but she will have to pick that up. And she's going to skate by it.
Yeah. I think they just want to get off the track for safety reasons. However, that blocker right now that has it in her hands shouldn't have it in her hands as per the rules. But
Mother Cutter and Wheelho doing a great job. Just the only two blockers on the track. They're using that teeter-totter defense at the front.
Yep.
And effectively using that defense. Mother Cutter guiding Wheelho, and good on them. Just the two jammers. They got to be careful not to get a multiplayer block in here. Skaters are not allowed to hang on to one another.
And a big hit at the end there. And
that's going to do it.
This is it. This is going to be, well, of course, the jam rats are going to go over and confirm their scores, but it's enough of a margin that I don't think there's going to be an error in the previous jams.
I'm not quite sure why it's a 13-0 jam in favor of the Dirty Farmers. Oh, it is. Oh, yeah, it was the Farmers jamming.
Yeah, it was a panty pass that went on. And,
I was thinking it was the Bloody Marys that were on the...
Mimi LaRouge took a back block penalty there.
That's the final 56-96 in favor of your Bloody Marys.
And Dirty Farmers still have a chance. It's a round robin. They got a win and now a loss under them today.
Great double elimination, so they lose the next one, they're done, but they win. They could go on. They could still be in the finals at the end of this day.
And Bloody Marys came in off a bye and got a win under their belt right away. So I'm Babbling Babic. I want to thank you for letting me bring this Derby audio action to you.
And I'm Jax Blue, and I will be back later on tonight, I'm sure.
Stay tuned. We got more Derby action coming up for you very soon. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's good. I enjoyed that. It went well.
What's that?
It went really well. Thank you. That's only my second time ever.
How about my hair?
You're good.
I like that you can...
There you go. What's that?
Good? Oh, all right, thanks. I like that you can talk randomly on stream, like talk openly about shit.
Yeah.
You can just do whatever and say whatever.
Yeah, no, you're
so
right.
Good.
You're right. You know what I was confused about in that last jam? There was a big no-no in that from a ref's perspective.
What's that?
I didn't want to talk about it on the stream because I don't want to make the ref look. But that penalty at the top was picked up by a blocker that shouldn't have picked it up.
Oh, I know.
Then the
That should have been a
blocker put
penalty.
it on.
You can talk about that stuff on stream, though.
And then the blocker...
The blocker put it on?
The blocker, yes.
The blocker put it on? I didn't see that. Oh my God.
I seen it. So what happened was there was a painting pass. There was a painting pass, and then when she was putting her star on, pivot came off. Then another blocker picked it up. And I didn't want to talk about this. I guess I should have.
That's your
This is a good opportunity.
That's when you do get to make the refs look bad. That's your mention. I mean, that's what you can talk about.
Because she should have done that. Then she picked up the pivot pin, she put it on.
So they had a pivot and they could have done it.
They could have done the star pass in essence. They should have talked about it.
Yeah,
I could have. I could have totally have. I'm not used to. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm struggling with my
it's weird to
my
have a
ref
shift
and
from
my
1 to 3.
announcer. So
Yes.
I need to just go full announcer.
You want to protect the refs.
Isn't it
So
really?
like camera shift like 1 to 2.
I know now. Next time I'm just going to do it because that's what I'm there to do, right? So
The next game's at
it's
3.
like still my second stream ever, right? So.